1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Finish your high school diploma for you and your family. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Got the number one pick in the NHL draft, but the men that can't seem to stump. Do something dumb, that's an observation. CLT make them need to run.
That's Lawrence Taylor.
Cuddle Mary Trash, CMT for short. Wonder if we best once you peep the score. Up at the crack of dawn, top stories of the morning. While you're yawning, grab your coffee, rise and shine with 880 a.m. This is Drop Time. We provide highlights from your favorite teams. Got Dave and Rick making plenty of picks. It's Rule 76.
And we have made it to another Friday. The weekend is well within sight. It is DNR with you, ESPN New York. And today we have a special treat from you. We don't have the shenanigans of one Richard W. DiPietro. Oh, no. Today we go with a man that I fondly refer to as Dan Grassa. Good morning, high and tight Dan Grassa. How are you?
I'm outstanding. How are you? I'll bring the shenanigans, though, but I guess they'll be tailored to what I bring to the table.
Well, yeah, different level of shenanigans.
Yes.
Maybe a cleaner, not as filthy level of shenanigan.
Yeah, PG-13 shenanigans, if you want to call it that.
Maybe even a pure PG shenanigan.
But how are you? Because
I'm great.
I don't think anybody could be better than you. I mean, here's the question I have. Have your feet touched the ground at all in the last 48 hours?
I'm still just, floating, as you would say, over the John Harbaugh news. But it was taken aback a little bit last night in the Kyle Tucker news.
Well, I mean, can you really be surprised anymore with that stuff?
No, I'm not
Really?
surprised, but I'm upset. I mean, you offer a guy $220 million over 4 years, and he says no, and he gets more money than that? I mean, what I don't understand is, clearly there was a plan in place. They clearly wanted Tucker. They went after him big time. He said no. How is anybody ever supposed to beat the Dodgers?
Well, you're not. That's the problem. But let me push back on that for 1 second, because remember, throughout this whole offseason with the Mets, we've all kind of wondered aloud, what's the plan? Right? While one guy after another just leaves Queens, you're saying, okay, I think I get it, but what's the plan? And they're not going to tell us what the plan is. But when you said, okay, they were in on Tucker, were they in on Kyle Tucker when the offseason began, or were they only in on Kyle Tucker because maybe the market dried up a little bit and he wasn't getting the long-term offers that he thought he was going to get once the offseason began?
Yeah, I mean, you could be right about that, but regardless of that, you made a massive offer to him. I mean, 4 for $220 is nothing to sneeze at. That's a boatload of money, and he said no because he got a better offer elsewhere. But they probably didn't think when they pivoted and said, "Hey, wait, this guy can be got for a 4-year deal and just a lot of money and a 4-year deal, and then we can be out from under, and he can opt out after years 2 and 3." They didn't realize the Dodgers were going to come in at 4 and $240.
Well, that's the thing, and they made it sound like, I mean, the people that cover this and, the so-called insiders and the information that was being distributed, it was almost like you thought Mets or Blue Jays. It's like the Dodgers are in, but, the Dodgers are kind of just offering the short-term deal, high AAV, and, the Mets are right there, too. We kind of thought that if he was not going to go to the Mets, he was going to Toronto because Toronto was offering, the multi-year long deal and stuff like that.
Right.
And then when you find out it's the Dodgers again, you're like, you got to be kidding me.
Well, that's the thing. It's like disheartening, and I got a lot of nasty email. Oh, see, you thought first of all, I never said Tucker's coming here. I still think there's a plan. I still think they're going to be a different-looking team when the season starts. But I mean, how could you be pleased? I mean, you were promised. You had a failure of a season last year. You were promised things going into this offseason. So far, they've done nothing. Well, no, that's not true. All they've done is detract. Right? I mean, Nimmo, Diaz, Alonso, and what do you add? Marcus Semien? Jorge Polanco. I don't know how as a Mets fan you can wake up this morning and still just have blind faith. I still think they're going to find a way to put a good team on the field, but it gets harder and harder and harder every single day we go down this road.
Right, and it's baseball, and we've seen, and unfortunately, David Stearns was a GM of a team that was a small market club, and they probably didn't have high expectations in some of those years coming into the season, but they found a way to piece it together and win the division, go to the playoffs, all those things. But you're right, And I get it. The team that they were last year, it clearly wasn't good enough, and it hasn't been good enough for several years, and that's why they moved on from a lot of these guys. But you still haven't done a lot to replace the guys that were here. So it's like, so tell me where you're supposed to have faith as a fan, because on paper, this team is worse than they were last year, and that wasn't good enough.
Let's talk about the Giants.
Yeah, I know.
How good it is.
Yeah.
Forget about the Mets. Let's just talk Giants. 4 hours of Giants. John Harbaugh. You know what? Well, I want to get back to the Mets in a second. I feel guilty.
Yeah.
Because I'm so excited, and I'm, swinging it out there. And every time I talk to a Jets fan, like you and I had a text exchange yesterday, and then at the end of it, I feel guilty. You're like, must be nice. Congratulations. Like, well, I didn't do anything wrong. It's not my fault. I mean, I feel badly that you can't share in my enjoyment, but what am I supposed to do?
Well, I mean, I don't think you have to apologize or feel guilty over something like that. But the other thing, too, is, like, apart from this news, and I was having this conversation with somebody, within the last couple of days here, like, the Jets and the Giants have both struggled for the last decade. Yeah. And I use the word struggle, and I'm putting it kindly, right? But even while all that was going on, and we, have talked about it countlessly over the years, right? In the back of your mind, though, from the Jets side of the table, they still don't really and truly feel all that bad for Giant fans, because in our lifetimes, you've gone to 5 Super Bowls. You've won 4 of them. You know what I mean? Like the Jet fan, for example, they've been bad, and they don't have any Super Bowls that they could fall back on, at least not ones in my lifetime.
You can't even compare.
Can't even compare.
No, so it's not. Now, if and a lot of people, like the 25-year-old, but even if you're 25 years old, you remember, when the Giants won at least their last Super Bowl, if not the 2 Super Bowls. So right. I don't know. I don't know how there's any comparison. I've heard a lot of the Jets and Giants are the same team. The last decade, the Giants have been awful. But even in the last decade, the Giants have been better than the Jets. Not great, nothing to write home about, but they went to the playoffs twice, and the Jets don't even have that on their resume.
No, don't. And I was talking about that with somebody yesterday, as a matter of fact. Let's say you're a, what year are we in now? All right, let's say you're a 20 or a 21-year-old Jet fan. Okay? 20, 21 years old. You're old enough to understand what's going on. But, most people have to be in that 8, 9, 10-year-old range to really start to get an appreciation of what you're watching, right? So let's say if you were born in 2005, something like that as a Jet fan, you missed the 2 championship games with Rex in 09 and 10.
Because you're too young.
The best win you probably have experienced in your life, in your Jet fandom, was that 2015 season, like the second to last game of the year when they beat the Patriots at home in overtime on the Fitzpatrick to Eric Decker touchdown pass. Like, and then the next week they went to Buffalo and lost the game that would have got them into the playoffs. So it's like, that's the best thing you have on your resume as a Jet fan. And that, to me, is where I feel real bad for you.
It's terrible. It really is. And, yeah, I feel great as a Giants fan. I feel kind of uneasy, unsettled as a Mets fan. And today's, January the 16th. I mean, we're a little more than 2 months away, and the Mets have holes all over the place, right? I don't know what their rotation is going to look like. And I don't understand what the plan was, although I still stand by. Maybe the plan was we're going to go after this and this and this, and then if we don't get that, we'll deviate to this and this and this, and then if you don't get Tucker. But what is there now? Unless and the only thing I can think of is maybe now you have to start to make trades. Maybe now you make a call on Tatis. Maybe now you make the call on Buxton. Maybe you see if you can get Joe Ryan. Maybe Skubal is back on the table. But as far as the free agents, other than Bellinger, and he wants length of terms as well. Like, what is next up for the Mets and their plan?
Yeah, does Framber Valdez excite you? Framber Valdez, maybe I was more on that train a couple of years ago, but I've kind of soured on him a little bit. Remember, the whole thing last year left a bad impression.
Oh,
crossing up his catcher.
Mixed up with the catcher or mixed up with the catcher and threw the ball again. Yeah, that's terrible. It was awful. It was a Bush League move is what it was.
But and even with, RJ and I were talking about this before the show today. Like, with Skubal, even if the Mets go out there, or any team goes out there and trades for Tarek Skubal and depletes their farm system to do that before the season starts, you know and I know he's not signing an extension during the year. And we also know that when the year's over, he's going to end up with the Dodgers because they're going to get him and offer the most money. We all know that.
Something's got to change. I mean, listen, I am upset.
Well, there's going to be a lockout next year. That's what's going to change.
Right. And then you know what's going to happen is people are just going to be like, ugh, baseball.
Right. But that's their own fault.
There's too many choices now. There's too many choices. There's too much streaming. There's too many things to do. There's TikTok. There's everything. It's not like, 1967 where from April 1 to the end of October or mid-October, I watch baseball.
No.
Baseball is, I don't want to say in trouble, but I don't think it's nearly as popular as it once was. And we're going to get to a point where people are like, oh, there's no baseball? Whatever. I got so many other choices to make right now.
By the way, side note, you want to hear something about baseball? Because
I like side notes.
You like side notes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like, I love it. You love it. I watch religiously like a freak. All the games. I have the extra innings package, all that stuff.
Yeah, I have it as well.
Doing it for years. Did you get the same notice from the DirecTV with the automatic renewal going in?
Automatic renewal, yeah.
Yeah, but did you see the price went up? Like, it went up
did.
considerably.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's like, I think, $150 for the season. I don't think it was that expensive last year. I could be wrong, but I don't think it was that expensive.
So what? So then it's got to be approaching $500.
No, it's $150 total.
Oh, that's.
I think it was less last year.
Oh, I don't.
Like maybe around 100. I could be wrong, but when I saw that number, that jumped out.
I don't think you're right about that.
Really?
I don't think so.
Unless it was a couple
I don't think you're right. I think it's more than 150. Period.
The note I got, the email that I got, it said $150, and then they knock it off in installments.
No, I think I was paying like $40+ a month over like a 6-month installments.
Really?
I think it was like $240. I don't think it was $150.
$240? No.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Maybe you have some kind of great service, but we have the same DirecTV.
Checking the email right now. It says, maybe. Yeah, $150.
Well, then they're giving you a deal.
I got a deal?
Yeah. They sought you out and gave you a special deal.
You know what it is? I apologize. No, it is $150, but what I'm getting it confused with is the center ice for the NHL. That one is cheaper, considerably cheaper. That one is maybe about like $100, maybe even a little less.
Yeah, no, I think I was paid. So you got honest, I'm not even kidding. Yeah. You got a deal at $150.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining.
Well, I want the $150 deal. I want to see if I got this $150 deal.
You got to call a guy.
No, well, I got the email as well, and now I got to go through my trashed email and see my deal.
You should be at $150.
And if not, I'm going to a strong call to them.
I think there's going to be hell to pay. If the Giants could get John Harbaugh, you could get the extra innings package for $150.
That's right. Because could you? Well, why would it be fair if I'm paying like $249 and you're getting it for $150?
It shouldn't be. I mean, $249. I mean, that once upon, you want to talk about crazy? Like $249 is once upon a time what they used to charge you for the Sunday ticket.
Well, you don't get the Sunday ticket because you're always working, right?
That's
you know what I pay for the YouTube ticket now?
Nothing.
No, a ton.
Well, now I'm saying it's like $500, right?
Yeah,
like if you want everything.
It's insane.
Well, you saw this. I don't know if you were aware of it. I was talking about it. Like going into week 18, the charade
they'd offered for like $5.
For $5. And remember, like that last week, they were giving you garbage on Fox and CBS. Like there was like all the meaningful games in week 18 you were getting for free anyway on like national TV. The 2 on Saturday and then the Sunday night game. Those are the only games you needed to watch.
I can't find the email. I'm going to keep looking. So how do you feel? Like, I know you're a big Mets guy. Are you kind of despondent over this? Like,
no,
how frustrated are you?
It is what it is, right? I mean, it's basically the same way. Here's the thing. I never went into the offseason thinking Kyle Tucker was going to be a Met because I didn't think that they would pay that money. You know, they have a corner outfielder or right fielder, if you will, in Juan Soto that they're paying.
But who's your left fielder now?
Well, they don't have one.
Okay, well,
they still got work
can we
to
get
do.
to work here?
Well, here's the thing. If you asked me who I preferred, like before all this stuff got going, like Tucker or Bellinger, who fits the Mets better? Probably Bellinger because of the positional versatility, right? Like the Mets, like you said, they could need a center fielder. They might need help at first base. They corner outfielder. Bellinger could fit all those parts for you. So if they can get involved in that bidding, more power to him. Tucker, to me, was almost like a bonus. If they got him, it was like, great. You know, that's another professional hitter, a real good hitter that you put into that lineup. And so I'm cool with that. But the fact that they didn't get him, I'm not going to lose sleep because I never really expected them at the beginning of the offseason to have that guy anyway.
All right, so you're not heartbroken, but what are they doing? Like,
I don't know.
Where do they pivot to? Well, that's what starts to concern you because as far as free agents are concerned, who's there now? You got Bellinger, who's fine. I know Yankee fans are desperate for him. I think Mets fans would be fine getting him. But who else is there? Like outside of Bellinger now, as far as the corner outfielder, who's the guy that you want?
Like I said, you got to get involved with the trade market. I mean, look, Carson Bench may be great, may not be great. And if he is...
You can't count on him as the guy, though.
You can't. That's what I mean. Like, you're going to have to... That's going to take some development, right? You can't just pencil him in day one next year and expect him to be a freaking all-star. That's not the way this thing works. But all we hear about is this farm system with the Mets that a lot of people rate maybe as like the best in baseball with prospects. Not every single one of these prospects is going to find their way on the big club. So what are you hoarding them all for, right? Why don't you go out there and make a trade using some of them to improve your big league club now?
I think you have to. I think the fan base at some point soon is going to revolt because they're already frustrated. So I have a plan of season tickets,
Sure.
right? I'm with two other guys. We have a full season. One guy doesn't work. He takes 40 games. And then me and my other buddy take 20. And I still owe my buddy the last payment, right? And
He has like a payment plan for you?
Well,
Like the center ice package or whatever?
no.
Like
By the way,
installments?
Sherry just sent me an email. It is $150 for us.
It's $150. There you go.
So it's 6 months of $25.
Not bad.
It's not bad. I feel like that's a pretty good value, and I feel like it was more in the past. But
You know what? Because I got it confused. The hockey one was a bargain, like an absolute bargain.
Yeah, I've never had the hockey one.
Now they have a mixed channel this year for the first time with the hockey. It took them forever, but they finally did that right.
Well, it's about time they get with the times.
Right, exactly.
What was I saying? Oh,
Your Mets tickets.
So Mets tickets. So last night he's like, whatever, it's fine. And it sounded like a payment plan. It's like I paid him, and it's ridiculous. Like I gave him the playoff money, and then they just keep your playoff money and use that towards the next season. And then it's like, all right, here's what's still owed. So he got billed for it. I have to pay him. Regardless of that, we're texting back and forth last night, and I said to him, I was like, man, I kind of wish I didn't do it. I kind of wish I didn't have 20 games. Now, we'll get to the summer. It'll be nice weather. Alex likes to go. It's great bonding time, like all those things. But I don't know. I just kind of wish, like, you know what? If I want to go to a game on a Saturday, I go on one of the ticket sites and I buy two tickets. I don't know. As a Mets fan, you just don't feel great about where you're at. And you thought, right, with this owner and this GM that we weren't going to have to go down this road anymore.
No, not at all. And what did I text you in the chat last night as a joke? But like that's kind of what you think. Like, with David Stearns and whatever plan he has, and he likes to maybe kind of outsmart everybody. I said the Mets will go trade for somebody's catcher and make him their everyday left fielder because David Stearns is smarter than all of us.
Right.
That's the next move.
But you now, by the way, say Carson. Say the name again, please.
Benj.
You're sure?
That's what we've been led to believe for the last couple of years.
Great. No, I'm not questioning you. I just I didn't know if it was Bengi or Benj.
No, it's Benj.
It's Benj.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Because I was hesitant to say the name because I wasn't sure how it was pronounced. Yeah, they love him. He's supposed to be terrific. He's flown through the farm system, but it's hard for me to count on a young kid to be an everyday left fielder.
Absolutely. And I mean, and let's be real. I mean, the Mets have not exactly, throughout their history, certainly recent, they're not brimming with everyday players that come through their system and become superstars.
No.
Right?
They just got rid of one of them, which I'm okay with, but I thought it was going to be like, all right, you move on from Alonso, and now you're going to have blah, 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 and where is that blah, 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 blah?
The thing, like I said to you a little while ago about Tucker, like I don't know at the beginning of the offseason if he was in their plans necessarily, or he kind of just fell into their plans. But my point is, like, you went all in on Tucker, and it was going to be an overpay. The fact that he's got $60 million a year, which is like Juan Soto territory, he's not as good as Juan Soto. So if you were going to go all in on that, you let other guys walk out the door for a hell of a lot less money. Was that part of your original plan as well? You know what I mean? Because the optics are not great, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, no. I mean, Alonso got half that amount of money. For one more year. And it's not like and again, I was okay with moving on from Alonso, but it's not like it's not like Alonso's 38 and Tucker's 28. There's like a 3-year age difference.
Right.
So you offered him twice the money. You didn't get him. And now a homegrown guy who's beloved is gone.
It's going to be tough for the promotions team over at the Mets this year. Like, when they have to come up with all those like promotion dates and giveaways and stuff, like who are the guys that you're marketing for a full season?
Lindor.
Soto, Nolan McLean. Like, that's it.
At the moment, that's it.
Right.
I mean, we'll see what happens with some of the young kids. And there's no way this can be the team.
No.
There's no way this can be the team.
Right. I mean, right now, and think about it now, and also you're hearing, reading, whatever, that the Phillies are the leaders in the clubhouse to sign Bo Bichette.
Right.
Who's still available, but he doesn't have a place with the Mets.
It sounds like the Yankees are kicking the tires on that and interested in that as well.
Apparently, though, what's going to push that over, money's ultimately going to push that over the top, but he and Bo Bichette and Don Mattingly are very close.
Great.
And now Don Mattingly's the bench coach with the Phillies.
Right. That's right.
Because his son is the general manager.
That's correct. We spent some time with Don Mattingly. Our show.
When was this?
About a year ago.
Oh, I remember that. This was an off-the-field venture.
Yeah.
That's
it was
right.
at a charity event, and RJ, and you should have seen RJ and Ray.
They were giddy.
Giddy would be an understatement.
They were like you with the John Harbaugh news. Like if you were at a mixer with John Harbaugh.
And I got to tell you this,
Yeah.
and it somewhat pains me, but not terribly.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like the Yankees. I grew up not liking the Yankees. I'm a Mets fan.
Yeah, we know this.
So I never really liked Mattingly. He was wonderful.
Isn't that always the case?
Right. But what's the old phraseology? Don't meet your heroes.
Yeah.
It wasn't my hero, but for RJ, I mean, I can't imagine that he didn't put his head on the pillow last night going like, mm-hmm.
Well, the other thing too,
Don Mattingly.
The other thing too with Don Mattingly, remember, like he's a little bit older. So when you say like don't meet your heroes, like if they met one of their quote unquote like more recent Yankees, like the guys who were part of the dynasty years, like who were a little bit closer removed from hanging up the spikes, maybe they would be a little bit different. But the fact that Don's career is certainly come and gone, and he's had a long time to absorb it, maybe those guys are a little bit more cordial in terms of meeting them and rubbing elbows and all that stuff.
But he was so nice to them. Oh, you want RJ? You'd like to take another picture? Like he's telling us all sorts of inside information. And RJ, would you not say that was one of the great meetings of an athlete you've ever had?
Listen, that was a high-end moment. I don't appreciate you taking shots at me. And
Wait. Dan, when did I take a shot
I don't
at
think
him?
that was a shot.
No. Before,
The implication.
What implication?
Before, you're just like, too many pictures and
No.
cuddling up next to him.
No, see, I'll defend Dave. I don't think that there was any sort of a shot fired.
Oh,
in any
you
way.
should have seen RJ and Ray.
Well, because you guys are Yankee fans. That's why.
It's the great Don Mattingly.
Listen, that's a great man. At least I wasn't assaulting people with carrot sticks.
Well, RJ, remember? Dave, I don't think you were at this, but this was a few years ago. We were still at the old place, the Aaron Boone mixer. Now, Aaron Boone is a contemporary manager, so he's not retired and whatever, but like he was great, right? And we were BSing with him and everything.
So that was a little bit different because we didn't get. Well, I should say we. I specifically. See, I don't think we've ever really talked about this with you here with us. I didn't get like the one-on-one time. It was, hey, how are you? Like we got to chat. Aaron was really nice. But I spoke with him for maybe 30 to 45 seconds. You know who is very well aware of who Dan Grassa is and what he does? Aaron Boone.
Really?
Knows all about Dan. Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
that.
that's because he was a listener to the baseball channel. I was there for a long time.
Little high heat.
You're burying the lead, guys. They met Mattingly, and they were gaga over him.
Well, I mean, but you can appreciate that.
I agree. I said nothing negative about it. All I'm saying is you guys went a little crazed for Don Mattingly.
And he was awesome. And he was awesome.
And that was my point. Who was more awesome than you could have possibly imagined.
Yeah, sue me.
I forget.
See, I'm gonna defend these guys, like really and truly. Like it's all good.
See, you know what the problem here is?
Is it 10 o'clock?
We need to say the quiet part out loud. He thinks because he got John Harbaugh, he can just do whatever he wants now.
Here's the thing. I don't think it. I know it.
You
okay? There's a new sheriff in town.
You
guys are gonna have to bow at the altar of Rothenberg now, okay?
This is hilarious because the things that are being thrown out here when you're acting the way you are with about 36 hours of John Harbaugh.
Dan, he quit on football. He quit on sports.
I'm an emotional mess, Dan.
A week ago, he quit. He said, I don't, to the point where John was wondering, listen, I wonder, in our group chat, I wonder if you're still the right fit. Yeah, I mean, you're denouncing sports. And here we are a week later. Again, he used the phrase just now that he did, the first words he said to us this morning, there's a new sheriff in town.
That's right.
He's not talking about John Harbaugh, he's talking about himself.
No. I'm talking about the Giants.
Yeah, but on this
sheriff.
show.
And
on this show.
Raymond's nastiness? No more. Rick and his, the Giants or the Jets? No more. Listen, if nothing else, I'm a competitor. I preach harmony.
Stop reading your adjectives.
I have a lot of woo. Adaptability is something you can use for me. and I'm a maximizer.
Define.
That's
define
who I
woo.
am.
Yeah, what's woo?
Define woo.
What's woo? Like Brian Woo?
I don't know.
Nice player.
He's good. He almost no-hit the Yankees. Remember this
That
summer?
wasn't
Of
good.
course. Yeah, like every start he went 7 innings. I don't know. Maybe I'm a fan of Brian Woo. Maybe the intent is, hey, maybe this is subliminally them telling me fantasy baseball, get Woo.
Maybe the Mets need to go get Brian Woo.
Maybe. So these are the things that I bring to the table.
No, the
And
Mets
I'm not
don't
gonna
get
let
guys. They just lose guys.
I'm not going to let RJ or Ray or Rick or Carlin or Grassa or anybody rain on my parade. You can't. It's
But
too
I'm not
sunny
raining
here.
on your parade. Remember, this whole thing started because I'm defending RJ and Ray over the Don Mattingly
He was great.
meeting.
They were slobbery, and he was great. Now leave it at that.
Slobbery.
You attacked a man with a carrot stick.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we take a break? Maybe, possibly, there's a chance I can get the call
first
screener.
hour's like over already.
What?
So like the first hour's like over already.
It's not like we're past anything.
I'm going to go start the car for crying out loud.
You know what? You guys can go to you-know-where. We're going to break. Maybe, possibly, there's a chance I'll get to see the call screener at some point. That would be a treat. 800-919-3776. What's going on with the Mets, the Giants? We got the games this weekend. Tim Hasselbeck today. We go around the league. Frenzy, all of it. Plays of the week. It's DNR with you. And another thing I got to tell you about, I'll tell you next, Dan, right here on ESPN New York.
To the net. Score!
The New York Islanders are back in action with a brand new theme night schedule you won't want to miss. Bring your friends out for the holidays and take home a custom holiday replica jersey or arrive early for special bobblehead giveaway nights for Matt Barzell and Bo Horvat.
Barzell for Horvat. Score!
Explore the full theme night schedule at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
FanDuel's turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the Divisional Round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in. You can take your shot at an upset or build a parlay that fits the moment. Whatever you like, bet it. Only on FanDuel. Then apply your profit boosts and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the Divisional Round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions do apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. From beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats, you'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
Welcome to Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where excitement never stops. Unleash the fun with 2 floors of gaming action, featuring 1,000 cutting-edge video and electronic machines. Enjoy exceptional service at a prime location that places you right in the heart of Long Island's excitement. Stay and play in style with over 200 hotel rooms and treat yourself to a full range of dining options at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. We roll along on one of the, amazingly enough, Dan, one of the last football Fridays of the entire year.
It's bittersweet.
It is bittersweet. This to me, I don't know if you feel like this to me is the best football weekend of the year.
Oh, no doubt. And, we'll take advantage of the 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, and then we get the national championship game on Monday.
Right. And then that's it, though.
And then that's it.
College football is done.
7 more games, and if you even want to count the Super Bowl as being a game, that's like a party day. Like the football to a lot of people is like secondary. But
yeah, to most people.
To what we know and what we absorb all year long, there's only 6 real football games left, which stinks.
There's the 4 and then the 2. That's right, and that's it. This weekend is great. Next weekend is excellent as well. You have the college football game Monday night, do you see the get-in price for that game?
It's absolutely insane. Insane.
I mean, I'm not even exaggerating. It might be the hottest ticket that I remember in my lifetime.
Well, I mean, you have the variables, right? You have a team that's never been there, and then you have a team basically playing in their own stadium.
Not basically.
Yeah, they are, and
right.
and it hasn't been, and they haven't competed for a national championship in a quarter of a century. So add all that stuff together, and that's why you got the get-in price that you have.
I don't know if you feel like this. I don't know that I could buy 2, 3, 4 tickets and spend $8, $10, $12, $14,000 and be able to enjoy the game. It's so much money.
A lot of people feel like that, when they get married. I don't know if I can enjoy my life with all the money I spend on my wedding, engagement ring, all those other things.
Yeah,
and that ruins marriages, ruins lives.
This is like
that's
PSA
the secret.
For you.
That's the secret.
Did
to
you
everything.
have a big fancy wedding?
Probably more than we should have. Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Oh God, if we had to do it all over again, we would have like a destination, go someplace small, family, friends, and.
See, I think the destination wedding is very selfish.
Well, no, not if you. I mean, why? Because you're asking people to be on the hook.
You're asking people to go travel for your wedding,
right? It is.
I think it's hey, look at me. We got it. Not we, because it was Sherry's friend. Her wedding was in Jamaica. We couldn't go, and she was annoyed.
Oh, I remember that story. Yeah, you told me that story. Yeah.
Well, I've told you the story where I didn't go because it was a football Sunday,
right?
But this was an additional one where it was in Jamaica, and it was like, no, we can't. We're newly married. We didn't have a lot of money. It's like we can't. We're not going, and she's like annoyed at us. So.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, we did the wedding. Closed on a house literally within 2 days. So you talk about having money fly out the window. Yeah, I had literally 13 cents left in my name when that was all said and done.
No, we had a big wedding, but it was great. I don't regret having it at all. It was a great wedding.
Well, it's worked out for you.
Yeah, it really has. RJ's wedding was a big fancy shindig too.
Huge. Right on the water?
Right, had an outside component, had an inside component, had a little guy who was like the MC. It had a lot.
The little guy who was the MC?
I don't remember the little guy?
No. You make it sound like he was, he crawled out from, under a box or something like that.
It was an MC. I don't know how to find him
He
as
was
a little guy.
RJ, you remember the little guy? Of course, he has to remember the little. He was a small man.
Of course, RJ's going to remember him. It was his
RJ,
wedding.
do you remember the little MC?
I do. I thought he did a great job.
What's his name? Lil MC?
MC Lil MC.
Well, Rick makes fun of him because he was a decent amount shorter than me, which anyone that listens to this fine program knows that I'm not.
And no joke, like 5'8".
5'8".
RJ.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, give or take.
Right.
He was a probably 5'3".
4.
Yeah, 4.
Why don't I remember this guy?
Probably
did I not look?
Probably because the highlight of that day was Dave threatening to beat up RJ's father-in-law.
Because he did such a good job, you didn't notice. You're not a heightist like Dave and Rick.
Maybe I just wasn't looking down.
Well, I didn't think he was great.
Interesting.
I didn't think. I thought he left a lot to be desired.
I swear I don't remember this guy at all.
Yeah.
The only thing Dave remembers is commandeering a TV in the kitchen.
Yeah. For a preseason game.
Yeah.
And again,
That's not true.
also threatening your father-in-law.
I didn't threaten the father-in-law.
Was it Giants Browns?
It was Giants Colts.
Giants Colts.
And
wow, that was a sign into the future.
Right?
For what was about to happen to Daniel Jones.
And I didn't commandeer anything. They came to get me.
So what we're learning here over time, and it's shame on me for just realizing it now, you as a wedding guest could be a little unpredictable. I mean, Sherry's I lost control of the kitchen. Sherry lost 2 friends. Listen, you invite Dave, and I thought you were great.
There's a lesson here.
As a guest, as a friend, as a gift giver, I thought you were tremendous. It worked out for me, but what I'm learning is there's another side of the coin where it can really go sideways.
What 2 friends did Sherry lose?
Well, there's one friend that still hasn't talked to you in decades.
Isn't there a well-known situation where she just lost a friend
the one
completely?
Friend, that kind of ended poorly. But
maybe they weren't meant to stick around long term anyway.
What I'm
maybe
saying.
it's for the best.
Well,
now I've seen her since, and it's cordial. It's fine.
Well, because she's still good friends with Sherry, right? She just doesn't.
They're not as good. My actions did probably irreparably damage the friendship.
And you look back thinking, you know what? Tough decision.
That's why you don't get married on a football Sunday.
Yeah, you're not losing sleep over that.
No.
You would do it again and twice on Sunday.
He would.
Well, the thing that upsets me is that I upset my wife. Not that I upset this woman, but that I upset my wife. That I don't like. But as far as, what kind of an animal gets married on a football Sunday?
An animal.
Exactly.
I don't disagree, but this was at the time a top 5 a Mount Rushmore friend for Sherry?
Raging wildebeest.
Yeah.
That kind of an animal.
True. And he's a nice guy, and I wish them nothing but the best. And she and I were close. I liked her a lot.
Was he not a football fan?
What kind of a real man would get married on a football Sunday?
Maybe he's not a football fan. I mean, guys just for whatever reason don't like football. They can like other sports.
But those are not people that I want to associate with.
Squash.
He eats squash?
No, I said they like other sports, like squash. I said.
Oh,
if you don't like football,
I don't. All I know is it was. But I didn't lose many. It was just the one. And I don't think my relationship with RJ is damaged by any stretch.
No. If anything, that heightened it. I have a great deal of respect, unlike John, for your football viewing prowess.
I didn't do anything. We were talking about it on the air. The venue was listening. Like people that work at the venue were listening. They called in on their own volition. And then as I was there talking to, I think, Sherry and Rick and maybe a couple other people, they sought me out and said, "Hey, Dave, come into the kitchen. We've got the game, and we got platters of food for you."
And why do you think they sought you out?
Because I'm weak. I don't know.
They knew the deal. They knew going in what they were dealing with. They got out ahead of it. Good for them.
Dave feels very he feels very friendly and warm.
I am friendly and warm.
I think he also he feels the need to, at these type of functions, even though it was your wedding, I do think that he feels a need to, I don't know if perform is the right word, but to be on.
Entertain.
No. Wow. I wasn't on. I was just there having a good time.
No, because you've said this
see
before.
What's going on in the Giants game.
You've said this before. Like in certain situations, like you feel the need to be on.
I don't know that he turns it on and off, though.
But to me, that night was not him turning it on.
No.
In my opinion.
No.
At least I didn't think so.
No. I remember talking to you. I was talking to your wife. I was talking to everybody. I was very friendly. I was very mingly.
No, I thought you did great.
I think so as well.
You know what I thought? I thought you were in a very natural ecosystem. That's what I thought.
Yes. It was like I was in my natural habitat.
As we all were.
And I had a great time at that wedding.
Very great
All
time.
I'm doing is pointing out they got me to watch the football, and there was a little guy for some reason who was the MC. That's
Can I
it.
tell
That's
you
all I'm
something?
saying.
My only regret about resurfacing this conversation as we have the last 10 minutes or whatever is the little guy. Because now I'm not going to even be able to nap after the show because I'm just going to be consumed with the little guy.
RJ, you must have a wedding video,
Yeah, do you have
right?
a picture like on your phone? Like he's in the background, like maybe tiny, out of focus? But is he might be in the foreground and he's tiny.
I could find something for
And
you.
he had that like, all right, guys, here's what we're going to do. Ready, run. You go,
that was him.
Matt, do you remember?
Sometimes you're just not nice.
No.
So that's the voice you made when you mocked RJ. So clearly you have a mindset for what.
You sounded like a guy doing a newsreel during the 1930s.
Dave has like a 5'8" and under voice he goes to, yes.
They don't all sound like, the Chipmunks.
That's what Dave thinks. He gets John.
He's like, for the first time, we'd like to announce Mr. and Mrs. R.J. Santillo.
He gets Harbaugh, and this is how he thinks he can act. He thinks this is okay now.
Remember Webster? Like, his voice got deeper even as he got older.
Emmanuel Lewis.
Yeah,
Of
Emmanuel
course
Lewis.
I remember Webster.
No, like, his voice actually got deeper, even though he didn't get bigger, but his, voice got deeper.
Yeah, of course I remember. It was a great show. Big fan of that. Boxing back at the Garden Saturday, January 31st for the Ring 6 Teofimo Lopez Shakur Stevenson matchup. ESPN New York has your chance to score tickets on the ESPN New York app. Just find the contest tile, submit your entry. Brought to you by Madison Square Garden. Get tickets right now at Ticketmaster.com and catch every single round live on the Zone. All right, so the Giants and Harbaugh, the Mets and no Tucker, both on the table. Get to your calls, 800-919-3776. Tim Hasselbeck around the league. A frenzy. Stuff you missed, plays of the week, our picks as well. All of it right here on ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Are you ready?
Movies are a place of dreams, and this year, Song Sung Blue captures that spirit like no other. Based on a true story, the New York Times raves it is exactly the movie we need right now.
If you're there with me, I am not afraid anymore.
And now Kate Hudson is an Actor Award nominee for Best Actress in the Best Picture of the Year, Song Sung Blue. From Focus Features, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13, now playing only in theaters.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Hey, it's Michael K. Not sleeping? Well, it could be your mattress. That's why I always recommend my friends at PC Richard & Son. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. Top brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. And in-home delivery on any mattress $199 and up is free. So do what I do. Get to PC Richard & Son and for your new mattress. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
We expect our information in real time. U.S. Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. U.S. Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Wendy here. If you're looking to add a star player to your financial roster, you should take a look at SoFi's personal loans. SoFi's got some amazing moves that would be a valued addition to any team, like low fixed rates when you consolidate your debt, no fees required, and as soon as same-day funding. View your rate at SoFi.com/roster to get started. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply at SoFi.com/roster. NMLS 696891.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. Let's go! The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go IU and
Number 10 Miami versus number 1 Indiana.
Coverage begins Monday night at 6:30 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Chris Stapleton's All-American Roadshow is coming to Northwell Health at Jones Beach Theater on Wednesday, August the 26th, so you have plenty of time to plan. And ESPN New York has your chance to score tickets on the ESPN New York app. Find the contest house, submit your entry, brought to you by Live Nation. Tickets on sale today, this morning, Dan, at 10 o'clock at Ticketmaster.com.
A little over 3 hours away.
That's right, because the weekend is almost here. Did you hear what the guys would not do yesterday, by the way?
No.
They wouldn't scat.
They wouldn't scat?
They wouldn't, like skitty dat dat dat, diddly dat dat, skitty bap bap doop.
Like the scat man.
They wouldn't. They wouldn't. RJ vehemently refused to scat.
Until I
did. In the hopes of Fred Warner coming back.
There will be no
scat. And to beat the Seahawks on the road. Give me a scat.
I'm not giving you giant celebratory scat.
And you know what? What do we find out after the show, Dan? Fred Warner? Not playing.
By the way, RJ, do you put any stock into that whole thing? Maybe the Niners should come up with a new practice facility not near a power plant?
Oh, interesting. You should bring this up.
Yeah, that has really gained a lot of traction.
This is a big story now, a big conspiracy story now.
I mean, it's worth diving into, right?
We talked about the electromagnetic fields. I didn't realize there's an actual substation on their practice field.
Yesterday they're showing I'm watching, I don't know what I was watching, but they're showing clips of Fred Warner at practice, and in the background you see all these power towers and stuff. I'm like, nobody thought of this?
Well, but apparently that's always been there.
Would you? Okay, here's the thing, though, guys. Would you buy a home?
No, that's my point. Why would they build
What did they used to say back in the day about living under power lines? It's you'll get cancer.
I mean, there's somebody that went around with one of those, I don't know what those electromagnetic, measurement devices.
Right.
I don't know what it's called. And the reading he was getting was 3 times higher than a typical atmosphere, pick a spot not near a substation, and he walked the perimeter of the facility. It was 3 times higher than typical. That's where it came from.
Yeah, but they must have done that before they built the facility.
I mean, this has been a thing deep inside Niner community for a long time, but this particular, I don't know, last 2-week stretch, it has really made waves. So
and they had the nerve to blame MetLife Stadium for all their injuries. How dare they?
But however, though,
they are one of those teams that complains most, aren't they?
They do,
because 3 of them got lost in that one game in 2020.
Yeah, 2020. So I did relent, though, eventually, Dave. Hi.
You want to scat before you do stuff you missed?
Skeetle deedle doot.
That's not that. Come
on, that wasn't.
Dan, his heart was not in that scatting.
That was nice.
That was poor scatting.
No, that
Terrible
was nice.
Scatting. Maybe, Dan, 8 o'clock hour, you'll join me in a scat?
I would love to do a scat.
You know what? See? I need Grosser. Rick scatted. You'll scat. RJ scat with a friend.
It's been a minute since I've scatted.
As I thought.
I don't need Rick scatting. That dude leads to violations.
Does Dan have an extensive history of scatting that we don't know?
Actually, I don't.
Scat with me.
It might even be my maiden scat.
Woo! But it's not like I have some great long laundry list of career scat.
You know.
Scat, man.
Give me the arm.
I couldn't tell. I thought you've been doing this for a long time.
See?
There you go.
How good does that feel?
Well, why is he doing? Why are you roping him into this?
See, the problem is this is a fun thing to do with friends.
He's a Jet fan. He's not happy for you.
Well, that's the thing. Dave's excitement with the scatting, I think it's rooted in the John Harbaugh stuff.
Yes.
I'm not able to summon any of that scat enthusiasm from anywhere really sports related.
Woo!
I'm not scatting because Kyle Tucker, signed with the Dodgers.
Yeah, but you know what? Scouting can be fun. And if a friend is going through a great moment, maybe you scout with the friend.
Friend is going through a great moment.
All right, just let this friend spread his wings and scat all over the place.
Let me ask you this.
Oh, God.
If this were reversed, and let's just say that for whatever reason the Jets had gotten rid of Aaron Glenn.
Oh, now we're asking the real questions.
And Dan today, we're celebrating John Harbaugh being a Jet head coach. Do you think Dave would join you in a celebratory scat? You know the answer.
Probably not. Well, I would probably need to know, like, what else is bringing him joy and pleasure.
Right. How's my team looking? What's my house look like? Am I an 11-win team? What am I?
Well, now in this instance, now you're the Jets. So, no, your front door flew away. The fence is falling down.
Not to detract
you need
from
a new roof.
No, I'm not. Why would I scat?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, Your Honor, Exhibit B.
Uh-huh.
His football team just beat the Dirty Eagles. They're in the divisional round of the postseason, and his hockey team is red hot. He has numerous scatting reasons.
We're on to the next scat reason, though.
His hockey team.
I tell you what, you give RJ a Super Bowl, get the Niners a Super Bowl.
No.
He scats all over the place.
I'm telling you right now,
All
if the Niners somehow win on
Yes,
Saturday,
sure,
Monday
Monday.
morning, I want you scatting your face off on the show.
You got it.
Taking the Niners.
I'm telling you, I think the Buffalo Sabres might even, surpass all that stuff the way they're playing this year.
Well,
they're a
doesn't lead
playoff
into
team.
Scouting.
He'll
Doesn't
be
lead there.
scouting.
Let's get to some of the callers. Let's go to Stamatis in Astoria. Stamatis, I know you're not happy this morning. How you doing, bud?
Yes, sir. How you doing? Good morning, Grassi. Good morning, Dave.
Stamatis, what's up?
How you doing, buddy? Yeah, so check it out, man. All right, so yesterday I was flying high all day, felt great. Giants, Harbaugh. I wore my Giants hoodie. I was so excited, and I'm waiting for the Tucker news to come through. To be honest, I wasn't really thrilled about how much he was getting, but I was like, it's not my money. It's going to help the lineup good. Then last night the word gets through, and I'm sitting there I'm just so angry. I'm trying not to be, but I'm just so angry that we let Alonzo walk, and now we're going to try and give this guy double the money, et cetera, et cetera. All I'm going to say is that Scott Boras is really good at his job. I don't like him, but he's really good at his job. To get $60 million for a guy that's basically Rusty Greer, I don't know if you remember him, but his number is almost identical. So that you're giving $60 million to a guy like that is mind-numbing, and it brings me to my next question.
Well, you know what it is, Stamatis, is that teams don't want to go for an extended contract. So they're willing, and you saw the Mets and now the Dodgers, they're willing to go way more money AAV and shorter-term deal.
Right, that was the Mets' strategy as well. And somehow everyone just keeps picking the Dodgers, right? So that brings me – I'm glad you said that because that brings me to my next point quick. So I was looking last night at contracts existing in the major leagues, right, like current contracts that may have been signed 2 or 3 years ago that suddenly became extremely valuable, right? Like Machado, Tatis, even Corey Seager, Bryce Harper. These guys are making like $30 million a year. And suddenly those contracts are like gold, right? So I think a big pivot for the Mets or anyone for that matter, the Yankees, start calling these teams that are looking maybe unload a contract like that because suddenly those deals are like, if you could part with prospects and, you could land a Machado or a Tatis at $30 million a year, you're kind of making out well. Now, do they value it as much as you would? I don't know, but I just thought what your opinion is on that.
That's a good point. I think that's why you look to pounce because and Dave, right, that the Mets have money and they'll spend in the right situation.
Money and they have prospects.
Right. And so if some team wants to do a salary dump, by all means. The other thing too, did you see the report that came out last night with the Mets offer and the way that it was structured? $75 million signing bonus, and he still said thanks but no thanks.
And he got a sizable signing bonus from the Dodgers too. It wasn't that extensive, but it was I think maybe like $57 million.
You believe that though?
And oh, by the way, in Dodgers fashion, I think they deferred like $30 to $35 million on this deal.
But it's getting to the point, right? Because what's going to stop any free agent at this point? You go out to a place where the weather is nice all year. You're in a championship culture. You're going to be the presumptive favorite. Think about what Edwin Diaz did, right? He was treated like a god here in New York. But he wanted to win, so he went to the Dodgers. And you wonder, do they even have enough roster spots for all these guys? All kidding aside, right? It's insane. They just keep adding and adding and adding and adding. When is enough enough?
It's going to, and again, I'm upset for two reasons. One is that the Mets didn't get the guy that they were hopeful to get, and I wanted them to get, and I think most fans wanted them to get. And secondarily, and this is not good for baseball.
No,
that the Dodgers are just collect every great player. It's just like we'll take him, and we'll take him, and we'll take him. Like the game's going to be non-competitive.
When you have a villain in sports, like people tune in to root against the villain, whoever it might be. Like when the Yankees were the evil empire back in the day. Duke basketball, people generally root against those type of teams. But baseball is different. People are not going to be tuned in to watch 162 games just to root against the Dodgers. The only time they're going to root against the Dodgers is when the playoffs start, because that's when people are going to pay attention. You know what I mean? So that's a problem for the sport.
When they come to your home stadium, it's going to be a big draw. Like, oh, the Dodgers are here, and I want to go watch the Dodgers play. But as far as, are you going to be waking up every morning like, how'd the Dodgers do? And that's the problem with baseball, too.
Yeah.
It's why football's so king. Every game means so much. I mean, the Dodgers can sleepwalk through the regular season and still win, like they kind of did this past season.
100%. 100%.
But I don't know how you could be a Mets fan today, wake up and be like, oh, terrific.
Well, and it's on the heels of an offseason that has not gone well for you at all.
All right, I got the full details on Kyle Tucker's contract with the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
This comes from our guy Jeff Passan. 4 years at $240. Opt-outs after years 2 and 3.
Right.
And you talked about the Mets offered a $70 million signing bonus, right?
75.
$64 million signing bonus. So that's nothing to sneeze at.
Mm-hmm.
$30 million deferred. And $57.1 million a year in net present value after factoring in deferrals is a record by $6 million. He says, quote, a staggering deal.
Of course. And look, anybody that knows baseball, has watched Kyle Tucker, he's a good player. He's not a $60 million a year player.
Okay, but who is?
No, I
guess in this landscape, you could say Aaron Judge.
Ohtani.
Yeah.
Ohtani, Judge. I mean, look, I don't even know if Juan Soto's a $60 million player, and he is a $60 million player.
Right.
But I mean, how did that work out for the Mets? They didn't even make the
guys
playoffs.
That are deserving of that, I guess you could put Soto in that. But I don't think it matters. Like, it just matters what time you come up for free agency.
That's it.
And the market for you at the time.
Timing is everything.
Right?
Supply, demand. And that's the only reason that Kyle Tucker is still on the board and the Mets even had a chance, because I guarantee you, when the offseason began, there was no way the Mets were sitting there thinking that, you know what, Kyle Tucker's a guy that we're going to be in on. Everybody that follows the sport religiously, that covers the sport, they never had Kyle Tucker linked to the Mets or a team that would be a potential fit because, hey, Juan Soto plays right field. They just gave him $700 million last year. What's the point of having two super expensive corner outfielders, especially when you're talking about a Mets team that the general manager told you that they need to improve run prevention? I think it was just because the timing worked out. He didn't get the deal he wanted, and that's why the Mets got in on the sweepstakes.
Right. And by the way, not for nothing, the Dodgers were this close from being bounced 2 years ago and even closer from losing this year.
100%.
So, you know what? But they got two in a row, and you'd bet that they probably will win a third in a row. Although RJ might just be like, no, they're not winning any championship.
RJ's not a three-peat guy?
RJ wasn't a repeat guy.
Oh, it happened.
Well, but before it happened, RJ was very anti the repeat. It's not going to happen. They're just not that good.
How did they not? Why didn't IKF have a bigger lead at third base? Like I still can't believe Toronto didn't find a way to win that game.
That came down to inches.
Yeah, I don't even think my assessment. I was obviously very wrong. I did not see Roki Sasaki becoming like Mariano Rivera for like 3 weeks.
How about Yamamoto?
Yeah, that I couldn't foresee that because I think we would all admit their bullpen, even towards the end, with the guys that they expected to be their bullpen, were still a mess. They just found a way to circumvent it.
Well, that's what teams do in the playoffs now. They take starting pitchers and throw them in the bullpen.
Yeah, right. But often with mixed results. They did it throughout the playoffs. These guys are just eating innings, locking down corner, runners on the corner, 2-out situations, just nailing games down. I didn't see that coming.
RJ, right now, January the 16th.
Yeah, the Dodgers by a lot.
Dodgers win the World Series again.
Dodgers over everything.
Well, and the thing, too, about the Dodgers is, and yet all this money they're spending and free agents galore, and they still have a top-tier farm system as well. Like, how is this happening?
They're the best franchise organization with money and scouting and everything in all of sports. All right, the top of the hour is sacred. Let's respect it. We break, we come back, and there's now a narrative around the Giants, which maybe we have to dispel, and maybe we don't. DNR with you, ESPN New York. All right, let's see what's happening on those roads this morning. Here is Debbie Duhame.
Skitty-bee-bop-boo. Good morning to you, Dave and Dan. Let's see what's happening, guys, on this Football Friday. We've got some issues. We're going to start off on 22, heading eastbound at North Broad and Hillside. It's a collision. Troubles on the Jackie Robinson West at Cypress Hill Street with a crash. Eastbound Gowanus still bumper to bumper at 38th with a disabled vehicle. And over on 95 South Exit 13 into Norwalk, it's a collision. Traffic is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org. I'm Debbie Duhame, 880 ESPN, New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
All the way over Barzell, score! New York Islanders hockey is back at UBS Arena, and it's time to bring the family and make some noise. With more afternoon games this season, the Islanders have special kids-themed games and activities for young fans. Play games pregame at the park and head inside for fun on the concourse and on the ice. Tickets for the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Get your tickets at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Hey, it's Michael K. Not sleeping? Well, it could be your mattress. That's why I always recommend my friends at PC Richard & Son. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. Top brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. And in-home delivery on any mattress $199 and up is free. So do what I do. Get to PC Richard & Son and for your new mattress. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Rich Eisen here. LinkedIn Jobs is stepping things up with their new AI assistant so you can feel confident you're finding top talent. Get this. Employees hired through LinkedIn are 30% more likely to stick around for at least a year compared to those hired through the leading competitor. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. and promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your six figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
You want to scat?
Skeetle-deedle-doo.
That was Dan, his heart was not in that scatting.
That was nice.
That was poor scatting.
No, that
Terrible
was nice.
scatting. Maybe, Dan, you'll join me in the scat? See?
There you go.
How good does that feel?
All right, just let this friend spread his wings and scat all over.
Scat your face off.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Skibbity-bip-bip-bip-bip-bop. Woo!
On ESPN New York. And streaming live on YouTube.
No, I'm not starting it again. We scatted yesterday. We scatted a little bit before, and maybe they'll be scatting later. Maybe they won't. 800-919-3776. I want to get into the Giants and something that, and you knew this is what happens. You knew it was going to happen. I don't know that you knew it was going to happen this quickly, but we'll get to that in just a couple of moments. Grassa in for Rick on a Football Friday. We got to get to these games as well this weekend. This is the weekend of the NFL.
And I think they should be great. By the way, this just popped up in my purview here. You know what happened 15 years ago today?
Give me a date then. What are we looking at?
Well, on this date.
January 16th of 2011.
Correct.
The Giants beat the Niners.
Nope. The last playoff game the Jets have won.
Oh, sorry this happened to you.
Yeah.
15 years ago.
I know that was the game before Pittsburgh?
That was the when they beat Brady and Belichick, yeah, in Foxborough.
I'm sorry.
Which still might, as someone who did not.
So is this the 15-year anniversary of Can't Wait?
Yes, there you go. 15 years of Can't Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, for somebody in my age range who wasn't around for Super Bowl III, that's in the discussion for probably, as a Jet fan, best win of your lifetime.
Probably.
And it is. It's either like 1 or 2.
I remember that Chargers game was a great win.
Well, it's funny because I thought the Charger win was arguably as good as it got. And then to
Sean
have
Green on a big run from midfield.
Oh, he ran over Antonio Cromartie.
Yeah.
Ran over him.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not Cromartie. He ran over Cromartie was chasing him, I think. I can't remember who he ran over. And that ended the game, yeah. And then Sean Green kind of iced the Patriot one a year later. So, you had the Charger win, and then 1 year later the Patriot win. So to have those in consecutive seasons was great.
Now, do you look at those fondly, or do you look at those and be like, oh, my God.
Oh, at the time, it was great.
We haven't played meaningful games in a decade and a half.
What I remember about those 2 years is that going into the second championship game, the Pittsburgh one, so that was after the Patriot victory.
Which they probably should have won that Pittsburgh one.
Well, here's the problem, though. They didn't show up for the first half.
Right.
They thought
but by the end of the second half, they were the better team.
The problem is, and they could deny it, Bart's denied it or whatever, but the bottom line is that they treated that Patriot game like it was the AFC Championship game. And because they thought they were already in the Super Bowl or thought they won the Super Bowl because they didn't show up for the first half of Pittsburgh.
How could you do that? How could you be in an AFC Championship game and not show up for it?
Ask the Jets.
And be resting on your laurels from the week prior.
But nevertheless, I was very confident going into the Pittsburgh game, given it was the second straight year in the title game. And you're like, well, they had the experience in the title game last year. They had an early lead in that one. They let it squander. I was like, I think they're going to win this one.
Who did they beat before they lost to the Broncos in '98? Was it the
Jaguars? Yeah.
That was a great game.
That was probably number one of games I've been to in my life because that was a home game.
Didn't they destroyed them, right?
It wasn't a destroy. The destroy was the Colts in 2002 in the wild card round.
Was that 41-0 or something?
41-0 or 41-3 or something. Yeah, it was crazy.
The Jets fans haven't had it easy.
No. You know what's funny? What did I? Jeez, who did they say this about? Oh, man.
What are we trying to think of?
Oh, I know what it was.
This is troubling.
I know what it was.
I was watching a senior moment.
No, I was catching up on the Hard Knocks. Did you watch the Hard Knocks, the NFC East?
No.
Yeah, okay, so you didn't bother. So I was catching up on the last couple of episodes last night, and they were showing Eagles, Sirianni, and he was talking to somebody.
It went all the way through their playoff loss?
Yeah, I haven't watched the last episode, but it ends with
it will, okay.
That, yeah. But
Can't wait to watch that one.
Yeah.
I got it. They're all set to go.
Sirianni was talking to somebody, and they were talking about the playoffs, and since he's been the coach there. And he said, we've had 6 home playoff games. He's like, you don't take that for granted. So think about it. Since Sirianni's taken over in Philadelphia, last week was their 6th home playoff game.
And it was their first loss.
And so I'm watching this, and I said, 6 home playoff games. I said, I bet you that the Jets haven't even had 6 home playoff games in the history of the franchise. So I went and I looked. They've had 7.
Ugh.
Think about that. And Sirianni's been there for, 5 years?
They've had 7 home playoff games
That's
in the
it.
history of the franchise?
And 3 of them were at Shea Stadium.
Oh, man. I don't know what to say. It's just terrible. It's really terrible.
Think about that.
I know. There's no spin that you could put on it, right? Like, well, but
how can you spin it?
You have this coming up, or you have this. Like, no, you stink. You have a lot of draft capital. I mean, I guess that's the one positive you can look at now.
But here's the thing. I said this to the guys, and I've just talking to different people too. And I don't know what's going to happen in this offseason. I do think that they're going to try to make a big splash, okay? But Giants made a big splash. They got John Harbaugh. It wasn't just making a splash. It was a sound football move.
A great football move.
Great football move. But how do you then go about making a splash? Okay, from a Jets standpoint, it can't be in the coaching ranks because you're committed to Aaron Glenn. So scratch that.
For some reason, right?
It's not going to be in the draft because really there's only one quote-unquote splashy player in this draft, and you're not getting him. Okay, so forget the draft. The only thing you could do is go out there and maybe make a blockbuster trade. You have all these draft choices, whether that's getting some star quarterback from another team, whether that's trading for a superstar player on another roster. Maybe that's the direction they tend to go.
Maybe, but what star quarterback that you'd even have a chance at getting would be available that you would want? Like,
we don't know. Like the Burrow stuff, again, like we talked about that. That's unlikely to happen. Right, it's not going to happen.
I mean, they moved on from John Harbaugh because they're going to build around and move forward with Lamar Jackson. Like, what franchise stud quarterback do you think, because you have all this draft equity and capital, you're going to be able to get
maybe it's not going to be a quarterback. Maybe it's just going to be a star player, just on some other team. If I'm the Jets and if I'm other teams too, because I think the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's ripe for them to so-called rebuild, retool, okay? You have no coach.
But T.J. Watt wouldn't even make sense for the Jets now.
But why, though?
Because he's not a young player anymore.
But he's still productive when he plays.
He's very productive.
Right?
But I think you want those picks so that you can rebuild this team organically and get 22-year-old guys and build that way.
But
how old is T.J. Watt at this point?
I think he's 32. But my point is
that would be the last thing I would do if I was the Jets.
I understand that. But again, you have to then hit these picks out of the park. And that's a very dicey proposition with anybody.
If you, who has the second pick in the draft,
mm-hmm.
and can take any player not named Francisco Mendoza or Fernando Mendoza or any Mendoza.
Francisco Mendoza's in the Mets system, by the way.
Yeah. And you screw that up, then you're not even worthy of being in the league.
But I'm saying that could
happen. You take any Ohio State player, you can take anybody you want.
Well, let me ask you. Abdul Carter, for example, he was the best defensive player in the draft. Supposedly, Giants took him 3rd, which is not that different from 2.
No,
he hasn't exactly been as advertised, at least in his rookie year. Like things could go sideways.
He got better as the year went on. I think a lot of that was just the way that things were handled within the organization.
But how many times?
I would never. So what would you do? What would you trade for T.J. Watt? 2 ones? I would never do that if I'm the Jets.
Remember, he's got a lot of money on the contract, too.
I would never, for a 32-year-old, how's he going to help me when I'm going to actually start to win games? How?
Well, who said it earlier when we were talking with RJ? Like, at some point, you need to get into the talent acquisition.
Well, draft well.
But again, you're talking drafting versus acquiring a proven commodity is different. A proven commodity,
you
know what you're getting.
If you told me T.J. Watt was 25, I'm all for it. 32, his best days are clearly behind him. And how motivated do you think he's going to be showing up day one?
They wouldn't trade him at 25.
What?
They wouldn't trade him at 25.
Okay, well, they would trade him because they would be fleecing you if you traded for a 32-year-old defensive end.
I do think that they're going to spend a boatload of dollars on the defensive side of the ball because they have a lot of cap space.
Good. I hope they do. I just hope they do it wisely.
See, that's the thing, like, with the John Harbaugh stuff, like, going back to the whole, like, Giant thing, history and all that stuff. Like, great move, right? Like, there's nothing not to like about it.
No-brainer of a move,
right?
yes.
Now, you wished he was maybe like 53 instead of 63, but see, the Giants, to me, have had this before. Like, this is almost like what Tom Coughlin's hire was. But the thing is that when Coughlin came in, things were not as bad with the Giants as they are now, but yet you're not all that far removed from 2 Super Bowl victories with Coughlin either. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's still not on the level to me of, like, I still go back to, like, when Parcells went to the Jets. That was, like, as bad as it could be. And remember, you don't have a lot of recent success of winning like the Giants did when Harbaugh's walking into town.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No. And again, I know the last decade has been very similar, but prior to that, there's no comparisons between these two organizations. None.
And that's the thing. Like, I mean, look, it's a great move. Like, I'm excited as a football fan. I think it's outstanding.
I like the fact that you have such excitement.
Well, because I'm a football guy. You know, I know that I cover one team and I'm part of a team and stuff like that, but I still have to pay attention to the 31 other teams, right?
And the team that we're talking about is a team that you discuss a lot.
Right, it's right in our backyard. You have to.
So the fact that the Giants are now immediately functional and immediately you look at them differently is a win for the Giants, and it's also a win for people who do sports talk radio in this market.
And is it fun? I mean, seriously, like, has it been fun covering both of these teams for the last, 10, 15 years? Right, like, what? I would much rather, if I talk, or whenever talking about the Giants, I would much rather talk about them as a team with a direction, as a team that, is going to be playing meaningful games, that is fun to watch, think of, this year, the year before, like, we basically, like, rendered them irrelevant once we got to Halloween.
If they made it that far.
If they made it that far.
Yeah, they were 0-3 again this year. Let's go to a call or two, and then I wanted to get into this Giants point from before that I had teased and paid off poorly. Tom in Putnam. Tom, you're on ESPN New York. Good morning.
Hey, guys. Good morning. I'm kind of hoping that the Tucker contract pulls the players away from long-term deals. Because, they're going to see that they're going to make more money with 2 or 3 shorter contracts. And I think this is going to benefit them no matter if they succeed or if they underperform. Because, if Tucker goes out to L.A. and tears it up and in 4 years he, goes back to the Dodgers or signs somewhere else, he's obviously going to get a pay raise. But if he struggles out there for 4 years, or not struggles, but underperforms, and he goes somewhere else and he has to take a pay cut in 4 years, what is he going to take a pay cut? He's going to go back down to $50 million instead of an AVV of 60. So in the long run, they're going to end up making so much more money with these shorter deals.
Yeah, but Tom, let me ask you a question. Put yourself in their shoes, okay? If I gave you long-term security and guaranteed dollars, you're taking it. I mean, it's nice in theory.
You can't guarantee money like that.
No, but my point is that you can't guarantee. But Tom, you can't guarantee sustained success. That's the other problem too. Like, let's say, God forbid, Kyle Tucker or anybody else in that situation signs a 2-year deal for whatever, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm going to re-enter the market again in a couple of years and sign another contract for big AAV." What if he gets hurt and he's not the same player and he's not going to get those type of offers?
All right, well, maybe not a 2-year deal, but like you guys said, his signing bonus was what, 60-something million? Like,
he's
come on, all these guys got financial advice. All these guys got advisors. You take his signing bonus.
But you've got to produce. You got to produce. Nobody's throwing that money out there.
The guy now has money that will last. Thanks for the call, Tom. The guy now has money that will last forever. If he plays these 4 years and never plays again, he has generational wealth.
Well, the thing is now the way all these guys are now signing. I say all these guys. Most of these guys, take the high AAV. They include opt-outs after year 2 or whatever. It's essentially baseball's equivalent to like a glorified franchise tag with the NFL, right? Like, remember the way Kirk Cousins played the system when he was with Washington? He kept getting franchised like for 3 consecutive years, and he made a boatload of dough as a quarterback before he actually signed a long-term deal with the Minnesota Vikings. And Kirk Cousins has made, probably damn near $1 billion, right? I mean, just some crazy amount of money for the way that he worked the system over the years and played it to his advantage. But and it's no different in football either with any of these athletes. If you better bet on yourself, because if you get hurt, I don't care how nice a guy you are. I don't care what you might have done 5 years ago. Nobody's putting that kind of life-changing money in front of you.
Coming now, and if he gives you a good not even great, a good 4 years, he's going to get another deal for another $150, $200 million.
But to me, 4 years is different than, let's say, 1 or 2 years. Right? Because you're not getting $240 after just 2 years or 1 year.
Even so, Dan, he's going to be 32 or on the verge of 33, and he's going to be a free agent again if he deems to stay in for 4 years.
And that's the advantage of like Juan Soto. This happened with Juan Soto. Like, Juan came up into the big leagues when he was, what was he, a teenager? Was he 19? Was he 20? Right? So, like, when you entered free agency for the first time, you were still, like, basically entering the prime of your career.
Yeah.
And that's why the Mets gave him 15 years.
John Hahn reported that the Mets offered Tucker 60, 60, 50, 50 for the 4 years. That's a crazy amount of money.
The scary thing is it's just becoming popular to sign with the Dodgers. You know, it's
terrible. It's terrible. And here we are living in this world where you're in January and you're like, yeah, Dodgers are going to win again.
And we thought last year, remember, because they got off to like a crazy good start last year and they were stacked. And we thought they were going to win like 125 games. They didn't. And yet they had to pull out the World Series by hook or by crook. And same thing might happen this year, but it's like they don't, it's a bad message for baseball because if the Dodgers aren't saying we're going to win 125 games, then there's really no need to pay attention to the regular season.
No.
Wake me in October.
The Dodgers just let's do well enough that we get in and we're positioned and we're healthy, and then we'll win it again because nobody can compete with us in a 5-7 game series. And that's that. All right, let's break. We'll come back. We'll get into the Giants. We'll do more baseball. The Knicks last night, frustrating loss, and Draymond Green really is a piece of work. DNR with you. Dan in for Rick right here on ESPN New York.
FanDuel's turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the divisional round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boost means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in. You can take your shot at an upset or build a parlay that fits the moment. Whatever you like, bet it. Only on FanDuel. Then apply your profit boosts and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the divisional round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions do apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producer Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. Discover the untold story behind Shakespeare's greatest masterpiece. Hamnet is a monumental cinematic experience and proof that movies can bring us together. And now it's the winner of the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing only in theaters.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State. With 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York, as we roll along here on a Football Friday. We'll start to unpack these games in a little while. We get the 4 games, 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday, and then the 2 next Sunday, and then that's it. Now, this weekend, you get the 4:30 and the 8 Saturday, and then strange times on the Sunday, you get the 3 and the 6:30.
Yeah, they prep you for Championship Sunday with those times.
Right.
Which is not, it's been like this for the last couple of years. It's not awful.
No, it's fine, because then you're done by 10 o'clock on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And then you wrap it up and you go to bed.
And it's not a super huge investment because the first game only begins at 3. It's not like you're locked in for one.
Part of your day, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So if you want to take in a movie or something,
or
visit some family,
you got to get there a little bit earlier then to visit the family because then you got to duck out.
Have you seen Marty Supreme yet?
No. Dude,
I'd like to
seriously, in all seriousness, I have not seen a movie, like a new release movie in like 2 years.
In the theater.
Just period.
When we went to Florida last year, they forced me against my will to see Lion King. It was a new release.
The cartoon?
Ray, you remember that? They released some
kind
of
They did a live action.
The live action one?
And it's the prequel with Scar Mufasa. I forget.
Right. It's how Scar became such a miserable you-know-what.
Oh.
I would have watched it maybe on my own at home. I didn't need to spend $20 to go see the movie.
Although I did see we're getting, with the SAG-AFTRA stuff, like Marty Supreme was one of the.
So you think we're going to get the video soon?
No, we are. They're all digital this year. There's no more discs.
I might go this weekend. I might go to the theater this weekend and see it.
But do you realize you can now watch it at home?
I prefer to go to the theater.
Really?
Yeah, for a movie that I really want to see, I'd like to sit there and eat popcorn and put my feet up and take it in. Yeah.
God bless you, because if I have the access to the movie at home, I'm going to watch it at home.
All right, so here is now the new take. And you knew this would happen. I'm going to try to play the devil's advocate and not fall into this trap, but this is the trap that Giants fans and people around the NFL are going to have. And quickly, Dan Orlovsky, unsportsmanlike, expectations will ramp up very quickly for the Giants' new head coach.
Harbaugh's not wired to just let's have stability. I mean, this guy has been a Super Bowl winning coach. He's been number 1 seeds. They've won the division multiple times. So I think, and I don't believe it's unrealistic, for that in New York. There's pieces there, and so I think it's going to be immediately contending to win the division and be a playoff football team. Absolutely.
I think that's very premature. This is still a team that is not talent-wise at the equal of certainly the Philadelphia Eagles. You want to say they don't come in last place, fine. Anything they do beyond, I look at next year as like an 8-9 win season. If the Giants give me an 8-9 win team, get you to December 1 and be like, hey, if they get hot here, they can make it to the postseason. And then in 2027, be that team. They're like competing for the division, have a real chance to win a playoff game. That's what I'm looking for. And I don't want to have this unrealistic tact of, no, they're going to be great right away.
What's wrong with that? I think that's extremely realistic.
With what I said.
With what you said. But I understand in this, microwave hot take society that we live in, there's 3 examples just from this past year that kind of throw a dent into what you're saying, and that's Jacksonville, Chicago, and New England.
But that's not the norm.
It's not the norm, but here's what they have. They all walked into situations where you had ready-made quarterbacks in place. Giants have that with Jackson Dart. At least I think so. So now you have the championship caliber head coach. You pair him with a young, ascending quarterback into his second year. I'm not saying that you should expect to win the division, but I don't think that a playoff spot is so out of the realm of the possibility for this team.
I agree with you. I think the Giants are going to make real strides, and I wouldn't be shocked if a year from now we're talking about, hey, what a season for the Giants, and to get into the postseason and win that playoff game. I think there is a chance of that. But I'm not having that tact now of, boy, I think if the Giants don't get, because this is what's going to happen. It's going to start to morph into this. If the Giants don't get into the playoffs next year, then what kind of a coach is John Harbaugh? There's still a team that needs help everywhere. And if they can be a 500-ish, 8 wins, 9 wins, I know you can't say 500 anymore because you can't really do that, but if they can be a 500-ish team, I think that's a very successful year one from John Harbaugh. Of
course, 1,000,000%. Now, look, I know that it goes against what we're doing right now, and we're talking about this and looking ahead, but, I mean, the throwaway line is going to be, can we see what the rosters look like of these teams? Like you mentioned on paper right now, Philadelphia is so much better than the Giants. Of course they are. They're still the defending champions until somebody wins the Super Bowl in a few weeks. But, when we hit training camp and we see what each team looks like, if the Giants go out there and have like a monster offseason personnel-wise and they hit it out of the park with the draft, they make a trade or two, they have, sign some impact free agents. If you look at that team on paper, now knowing, Dave, that you got a championship head coach that's going to be the one putting this all together, then the expectations are only going to go higher once the season rolls around.
And I don't have a problem with believing this is going to be a good football team. I just don't want, because listen, Connor Rogers was on with Ty. He's from SNY. He's terrific, but he's also preaching this Giants certainly could be a playoff team next season.
I think so. I think when you look at this division, you could sit here and definitely make the hard argument that they now have the best head coach in the division. And I know that might seem extreme considering how recent it was that Nick Sirianni won a Super Bowl, but there's a lot of reasons that Eagles team won a Super Bowl. And I think when you look at, obviously it was a sophomore slump year for that version of the Commanders, but Dan Quinn is a guy that's going to really go out and he's going to hire a big-time staff to get them right again. And I think Brian Schottenheimer kind of overachieved to expectations with the Cowboys. I would probably say they're going to be set as an 8.5 win total team, with a lot of the public will favor, I think, the over on that. And then you kind of see how the NFC will shake out next year and what the wild card teams look like.
So, listen, best coach, I don't even think that's a debate. He's the best coach instantly in this division. You have the quarterback that you think is going to be terrific. There's a lot of building blocks that you need for this club.
And think about it. What's the annual turnover in the NFL from the playoffs that don't make it one year versus new the next year? What is it? At least it's been like 4 teams minimum every year for the last year. I don't know how many consecutive seasons it was. Okay, Giants have as good a chance as anybody. See, let's retrace our steps going back the last few years. Like if you remember last summer, we talked up, and I know I certainly was high on what the Giants could be defensively this year. Right now, especially
nobody could have been more off base with what they were defensively.
Right, but on paper, we had every reason to believe that they would be good. Right, the front seven looked good. They spent a boatload of money and invested in the secondary last offseason. So you thought, okay, this defense might actually be the strength of the football team going into the year. We were dead wrong. Now,
amazingly enough, the Giants were better offensively than they were defensively this season.
Crazy enough. But now, whatever this team is going to look like on paper once we get to the summertime, all that stuff that we say they can be, you have a little bit more confidence in asserting that because you got a coach that knows what the hell he's doing.
Right, but right now, I'm just telling you, if the Giants are an 8-win team and they look functional and there's growth and offensively Dart continues and they put the right pieces in place, I'm not going to freak out. Now, maybe if they're 8-4 and they lose the last 5 games, certainly that's different. But look, I get this email from a nasty gentleman, Mike James. I don't think the point guard. I think a different Mike James, but I don't know. You're trying to lower expectations already after you bleeped on the guy yesterday? You're always doing that so people don't make fun of your teams. You're pathetic. Grow up.
Now, what was the bleep? Because the bleep has multiple connotations. depending on what end it comes out of, right? I think that, it has different sort of intentions.
I can't really get to what the bleep
You can't
was
get it too
on
in
the
depth.
air. No, I can't get into the bleep conversation on air.
Because there is a
Rick
difference.
Good, I can't.
There's a discrepancy, Here, all right, let me throw this scenario at you.
Yeah.
Okay? And remember, I'm on team great hire, right? Like, I'm all in.
Great hire.
Great hire. Okay. But the Achilles heel from this past year with his team with the Baltimore Ravens was what? They blew a lot of leads.
A lot of leads.
Okay.
Right in with the Giants.
So what if you have an 8-win season, 8-9, but you blew 4 fourth-quarter leads, let's say?
I'd be very upset.
Then do you look at it a little bit differently?
I look at it a lot differently.
Right. I think you have to. Because this isn't a situation. See, I understand, like, in the game of life, he's a young man. He's in good shape. He lifts weights every day. But, like, he is still 63 years old. I don't know if he's going to be doing this he's not, let's put it this way. He ain't coaching the Giants as long as he coached the Baltimore Ravens.
No. He'd be in his 80s if he did that. No, I'm looking at 8 to 10 years. Now, listen, of course I have to see how it plays out, right? Like, if they're 8-4 and they lose the last 5 games, if they're 8 and 8 and I don't whatever. If it turns out that they do something to blow the season, or I think he did a bad job, or they're blowing all these fourth quarter leads, sure, then I will critique. But I'm just saying, this is a team, Dan, that has won 7 games in the last 2 years and hasn't really played a meaningful football game since the Eagles game years ago. If they're a 500 team right now, I would take that in a heartbeat.
Giants have won 13 games the last 3 years. John Harbaugh has won 13 playoff games.
Yeah. So
think about that.
Stop it.
No, and also I think that you have to take into account if there's injuries. That's also going to factor in. Like, I mean, if the Giants get ravaged in one particular area with guys not available, then you're going to look at the record differently.
You have to be able to adjust your point.
Of course.
How about Ty? Ty's very trollish. He's not a very nice person. He said some really salient points in that email.
What email was this?
The email I just read you from Mike James.
But who's Ty?
RJ?
You okay?
No, but like, what are we? He's talking about Mike James. Like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden he brings up Ty. Like,
because Ty's listening, Ty's texting. He's supporting the email. That's basically what he's saying.
Well, that I didn't know he was texting him. That's my point.
This is what Ty does.
But
Ty listens and he texts.
But you should say that he was texting you.
I said I just got this from Ty.
See, Dan's not used to you saying that. I get where Dan's confusion is, but he should know.
That in that moment, Dan he crapped all over himself.
If you would let me finish the sentence, I would tell you, yes, Dan should know that Ty is communicating with you during the program because Ty likes to consume
and
text and troll.
I didn't know that.
It's a thing that Ty does.
And not for nothing. Give me a break. We said goodbye from watching that Nick debacle at 1:15.
It's not great
this morning.
It's not great for the
brain.
Quick
turnaround, Bob.
You understand now why I'm in a brain fog most of the time.
Dan thinks you stink. Just call it what it is.
See, that's RJ stirring the you-know-what.
Yeah,
stirring
you agree,
the poopy.
don't you?
He's stirring the poopy.
That wasn't a denial.
Nice.
So
you agree?
That was the Vikings answering
You
questions
agree.
about
Just say it.
about J.J. McCarthy. It's like, well, we want to win next year. I don't know.
Listen, it's fine. If you guys think I stink, you'd be in the minority, but you can have that opinion.
I don't think you stink. Now that I know what's exactly happening behind the curtain, can we replay this game again? So, like, you mentioned the nasty email you got.
We will not replay the game.
Nasty email, and then Ty sends me a text, Dan, that says, that's a great email. Amazing points by that guy.
Gotcha.
Salient points, even.
Salient point, yeah. So he's a thief. He stole Michael K's word.
Mm-hmm.
He broke into his home, he stole the word, and he ran out, and then he used it to text him.
Imagine going through all that trouble to break into somebody's home only to steal a word. What's the deal with the break-in?
Under your arm.
Yeah. Like the Scrabble letters.
Do you think, be quite frank with me, do you think you would be a good burglar?
No.
You do not?
No, I don't think I would. I probably would leave traces.
But you wouldn't be one of those people that like breaks in, then they have a sandwich, and then they take the stuff.
No.
Right?
You have
to be nervous.
No, I wouldn't be like a bull in a china shop. No, but I think like, you probably wouldn't. Maybe I'm not covering my tracks as well as you have to. Like there are professional burglars.
Sure.
I mean, like high stakes thieves.
I
don't think
RJ
I could be that
would probably
guy.
be a very good burglar.
RJ?
Yeah.
You know what he wants to say.
I know what he wants to say.
What are you talking
Go
about?
on, say it.
Why would I
Say
be
it.
a good burglar?
Because I think you're light on your feet. I think you like tip, 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 tip.
That's it? That's the only reason?
I think tip, 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 tip.
It's part of the
Then
equation.
you go into like the jewelry box. You take the jewelry, you pop it into your pocket, and then tip, 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 tip. Now you're out.
And that's it.
Like the Hobbit.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
the Hobbit. He was a.
What did you
they thought he
what
was
did
a
you think
burglar.
I was referring to.
No, nothing. I appreciate your belief in me.
I believe you can. You're probably one of the few people I know that can do almost anything.
You think he could be a good burglar or no?
RJ, do you believe he'd be a good burglar? Me?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think he would be either.
No.
Because I think you would, like, knowing you, like, if you are, like, going to go steal something, then I could see you just, like, stopping and examining something and giving, like, the people that, you know, you think are out of the way more time to then.
I just think I'd be very nervous.
You already called the RJ a burglar this week. Earlier this week, you called him that.
You're third cousins with the Hamburglar.
You're a joy burglar is what you are.
Not a good week for former burglars. You see that?
No.
What's his name? One of the guys from Home Alone. Daniel Stern.
Oh, Daniel Stern?
Yeah.
I heard that.
Daniel Stern, and then you got Poindexter, who's caught up with some stuff you shouldn't be caught up. Like, what is happening with our childhood movie heroes?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Poindexter was on the violin, and now it's not a good.
And Poindexter, he's in the wrong kind of violin now.
All right, let's leave that alone. Let's take a break. We'll come back and.
I blame Ray for that. That's all on Raymond Santiago.
I didn't do anything.
No, you enabled.
How was it on Ray?
I didn't do anything. I just sat here.
The charges against this guy are the most horrendous charges you could ever
imagine.
There's
no charges.
What?
There's no charges. Oh,
just accusations. Just accusations. You can't prove anything.
Oh.
All right, I'm going to break.
Please.
You've led us to an area that we shouldn't go down.
Yes.
I feel like this is a very Rick-centric show now, even though he's not here. Let's break, come back, and we're going to go around the league. We got Tim Hasselbeck. We got a frenzy. It's all happening on ESPN New York.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Welcome to Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where excitement never stops. Unleash the fun with 2 floors of gaming action, featuring 1,000 cutting-edge video and electronic machines. Enjoy exceptional service at a prime location that places you right in the heart of Long Island's excitement. Stay and play in style with over 200 hotel rooms and treat yourself to a full range of dining options at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
When it comes to meat and seafood, selection matters, and no one beats Wild Fork Foods. To everyday essentials, to high-quality steaks, to seafood and more, every product is blast frozen to lock in peak flavor and freshness, so you get restaurant-quality meats at home for amazing prices. Shop in person at 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or you can order online for same-day delivery. It's easy, it's convenient, and the prices are wild. WildForkFoods.com.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at Empower.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Yeah, I saw this in the theaters. Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. 7:30 tonight. Nets hosting the Bulls at the Barclays Center.
Pass.
And that's game time. Well, pass or not, it's happening, and I want to bring that to the attention of the people. That's game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. We'll go around the league in a moment. You have 4 games this weekend. What would be the one game? I think it's obvious to me. Yeah. The one game this weekend which would the result would surprise you the most.
Probably still the Texans going into Foxborough and winning. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
So a couple things on that. A, it sounds like Nico Collins might not play in that game.
Well, there you go. That's one of the reasons. And number 2, I think, even though I'm in love with their defense, like full-blown love.
And you agree with me, right, that the Texans' defense is head and shoulders better than the Broncos' defense?
I don't know about head and shoulders.
Oh, okay.
But there's I can't use the words I want to use, but somebody who grew up falling in love with football in a time when you could play defense and physicality actually was something you could, be prideful of. To see them the other night, and what they've done for the last 2 months, but what they did to Pittsburgh on Monday night, that was like, I almost was like in tears. I enjoyed watching that so much.
You weep for beautiful defense.
Beautiful defense. And the other thing, and the reason too, you said Nico Collins. The other is, do you really trust C.J. Stroud?
How could you?
That's the problem. Like, they're going to have to win the game
some of the worst plays you've ever seen on Monday night.
7-3, you know what I mean, or something like that. Because I just don't have any. He's gone steadily backwards since his rookie year.
Do you remember how good he was?
Yeah. And last year he took a step back. And last year, remember, they made Bobby Slowick the fall guy, and the offensive line was god-awful. But then what's the excuse this year?
The excuse this year, there can't be one.
No. You still have lingering concussion symptoms?
There. Collins is a stud receiver. They have capable running backs. He should, and when you have a great defense, you don't have to be great. Like, you would think that he'd be more conservative. Like, all right, you know what, we're up 10-3. A 7-point lead with our defense is big-time stuff. If there's anything that's close to a problem, let's just unload the ball. Let's not deal with it. But this guy puts himself in harm's way and the offense in harm's way continuously. That being said, I disagree with you.
So what's yours? The game the result you would be absolutely shocked over.
Shocked. I would be shocked if Seattle were to lose at home to San Francisco.
Really?
Shocked.
The quarterback's got an oblique.
He's playing. He'll be fine.
Is this George Kittle motivated? Because Niners lost another guy. There's no way they could possibly still win.
Listen, I think the reason, and again, I give all the credit in the world. I think the Niners win this past weekend. I'm not trying to incite RJ. I'm really not.
Right.
I think the Niners win this past weekend was amazing. I think the Eagles are broken. I think the A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Sirianni, broken. I don't see that from Seattle. I think Seattle might put a whooping on the Niners.
But remember, and I know that it was a different world. The Niners did win in that field week 1. I know it was week one.
But Dan, week one is.
I'm saying they've won there this year already.
Okay, and last time they played, which is like 3 weeks ago, they got obliterated at home.
Their offense could not get anything going. And don't you trust Kyle Shanahan in terms of?
I do. I think that Seattle's a better football team from top to bottom. They're a far superior football team.
They're a better football team, but I wouldn't be floored. That wouldn't be my answer if, like, you're telling me I was floored. Like, for instance, I think, I'll tell you, those 7 points are juicy, if you know what I mean.
Is the number 7 out? Because I know it had jumped up to 7.
I'm looking at it right now. It's 7.
So, do you have the spreads in front of you for all 4 games or no?
Yeah.
All right, give me the 4 spreads where they are right now.
7.
Mm-hmm.
Denver is -1.5.
All right, which has flipped from Buffalo being favored to open.
New England -3.
Which is lower from where it opened up.
And the Rams -3.5. Now, I think you also fall into my line of thinking as far as, like, one of the things that excited me going into the playoffs was the teams that won all the divisions this year, for the most part, and you knew were going to be playing the home games. They were all outdoor teams. You know, a lot of them bad weather teams, which excites the hell out of me. That's how football should be played in the playoffs, right? This week, like, you got excited. All right, like a few bad weather cities. The only weather that's going to be, like, very winter-esque and bad is Chicago, where it's going to be, like, a low of, like, 7.
That's going to be terrible. And there's the thought that the Rams, right, a warm weather team
which
going
is
into
ridiculous.
Chicago could be a problem. But here's the thing. Stafford's been there before. Stafford played plenty of games in cold weather. Who's it going to affect? Nakua? They'll be fine.
But this isn't the '85 championship game where those Southern Cal Rams went into Soldier Field and wanted no part of that.
Starting quarterback of the '85 Rams was who?
Dieter Brock.
This is why I just want to just hug you, like a really impassioned hug.
No, but anybody that knows football and watches football and doesn't just jump onto the bandwagon in the playoffs, like to your point about the Rams, okay? First of all, the Rams might play in Southern California and it's sunny and warm. They are a physical as F football team. They run the football with physicality, which in bad weather, I hear that's helpful. Their defense is physical at the line of scrimmage.
Their secondary is not great.
Secondary is not great, but still, they could punch you in the mouth. And the other thing is, let's rewind 12 months ago to this same very round in the playoffs. What team gave the Philadelphia Eagles
I know.
their toughest game in marching to the Super Bowl in the snow?
They had it, and it was 2nd and 2 at like the 11-yard line, and there was a sack, and everything went to crap from there. But they had them. The Eagles were on the ropes in that game.
That's
I know.
what I mean. So anybody that knows anything about football, I mean, the weather is not going to affect the Rams in any way, shape, or form on Sunday.
Well, I promise you listen to the pundits over the next 48 hours, and it's going to be the weather's going to be brutal, and how's that going to affect the Rams? The answer is it's not.
It's not.
Stafford played with the Lions for a decade, so that's not going to be an issue there. And they're a team they run the football. They're physical up front. Their defense, the front 7 is very good. They get after the quarterback. I'll just tell you this, man. And I'm not a Caleb Williams fan.
Mm-hmm.
He turned it on. He played very well late stages of the game last week. You can't continue to play with fire in Chicago. You cannot continue to just not show up for the first half or the first 3 quarters and then decide, okay, now it's time to turn it on.
I would have had a perfect weekend last week if Green Bay didn't choke because I thought Green Bay was going to beat them. To your point, like Chicago's been playing with fire all year.
The game was over.
Oh, and I'll give credit where credit's due. The 4th down throw to Odunze when he was rolling left. That, like, to basically extend the game, like that was
throw.
As good a throw as you're going to see.
Unbelievable throw.
Ever. But no, I'm with you. And, I mean, I might be kind of tipping my hand a little bit. I think the Rams win the game outright. Outright.
Well, aren't the Rams favored in the game?
They are.
Right. So I don't think that would be a surprise to anybody.
But they're a road team, like.
Yeah, but
playoffs.
You made it sound as if they were, like, getting a touchdown. You're like, I think they could win outright. They're giving 3.5 points.
No, that's
right?
how confident I am. They're going to win the game. And the whole, like, Bears, like we said.
Rank your confidence order going into this weekend. You are most confident that what team wins?
Either the Rams or Buffalo.
Well, not either.
Well, I'm giving you, to me, they're kind of like a split. But I will say,
you are more confident that the Buffalo Bills go into Denver and beat the Broncos than the Seahawks beat a completely banged-up Niners team.
Because the Buffalo Bills have the best player. Right? And I mean, by the way, Denver has a little bit of that playing with fire type of mentality also. Do you remember some of the wins that they pulled out this year?
Oh, I'm not bullish on Denver.
You know what I'm saying? So
I don't think Denver's a great team by any stretch.
Give me Superman on the road. I'm not all into the whole, like, this is Josh Allen's time to finally win a Super Bowl, but I just think in this situation, I got more faith in Josh Allen to pull a play out of his you-know-what than I do Bo Nix.
Hey, RJ, let me ask you a question, if I may, of course. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Do you know what time we're going to have Tim Hasselbeck yet?
Aiming for 8:45.
Okay, but that's not confirmed as of yet.
It says on the rundown 8:45.
Well, that's what I texted him yesterday when we were moving around some guest action because of the Harbaugh news, and he said he was cool with joining today. And his normal time's 8:30. I proposed
and also, by the way, Dan, a little bit behind the scenes, he doesn't love Rick. So when he knew that Rick wasn't going to be here today, he was certainly more amenable to join when you.
I don't know that that's true.
You don't know that it's true that he doesn't like Rick?
I don't think that's true.
I don't think that's true.
He doesn't like where Rick went to school.
Yeah, there's a Boston.
Well, because there's a Boston thing, but
right.
I mean, what is it? What are we in high school?
Listen, we don't have to discuss the elephant.
Was
in the
it
room,
Steelers?
You should just ask what are we in high school? Have you listened to the show? Do you know what the show's
when
about?
I'm here, I listen to it, but you know,
I think we know that there's not a love affair between Hasselbeck.
That's
and Rick.
interesting.
But regardless, go ahead, RJ.
Well, point being that he was cool with joining, but he never responded. We're going on almost 24 hours of the time. So I'm just leaping out on a branch here to assume that 8:45 is good.
All right, so CMT for you. We don't have Hasselbeck. He can't do 8:45, and he forces his way into the 8:15 segment, or he does what you have hoped, and he joins us at 8:45.
Well, I would trash him not joining.
Okay.
I don't think that's good.
Well, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying what's most likely to happen.
Did he get back to you?
No.
No, we're waiting.
He didn't get back to him.
Yeah. That's why we're having the discussion.
I would cuddle moving the time, and I would hopefully marry 8:45.
Okay.
That's what I'm going on.
So that's what you
I
want
can't
to have
believe we're
happen.
CMTing like Tim Hasselbeck's guest probability.
Again, have you listened to the show?
I guess
So
I'm
this
listening
is
now.
this is Exhibit 2 that suggests to me that Dan thinks Dave not great at this.
Why?
You're right.
Why would you imply that, though?
You just said, quote, it's amazing we're CMTing this, which leads me to believe you think he's just not great.
You don't have any respect for him.
No, see, you're taking this.
Is this true, Dan? You can be honest with me.
They're taking it completely out of time. I think you know me well enough that I obsess over the most mundane, pointless things, and can sit here and we could do 2 hours on something as insignificant as that.
Irrelevant.
Right, complete irrelevance. That's why I like the fact we turned something completely irrelevant as to when Tim Hasselbeck may or may not join us, and we made a game out of it.
That's right.
I get that. That gets my juices going.
Now,
bubbling juices.
Do you think?
Yeah.
It reflects poorly on RJ if we don't have Tim Hasselbeck today?
Because if Tim Hasselbeck doesn't return a text, that's on Tim Hasselbeck, not RJ. All RJ could do is hit send.
Don't try to flip this because Dan thinks you stink.
Well, Rick hates Dan.
We know.
But again, and you know what? Water is wet, and today ends in a Y. Other than that, I mean, give me some breaking news.
So you still stand by the fact that Rick hates you?
Stand on my head. Stand on. Well, yeah, whatever. Sure.
Oh, that's trouble.
But that's all right. Life goes on. It's okay. Not everybody's going to like you, right?
Well, I like you.
I like you too.
Do you believe I like you?
Yeah. Why not?
Well, I just want to make sure that you feel confident in our relationship.
Yeah, I think there's confidence.
Apparently Peter and Michael don't like each other now.
They don't?
No.
It's getting awful announcing links now.
Yeah, no.
Really?
No, they don't. Yeah, Peter and Michael don't like each other, and Rick hates you. So there's a lot of negativity.
I don't know if Rick hating you is going to get an awful announcing link. It might.
It
No, that's right.
Won't.
But I'm not going to lose sleep over it if it does one way or the other. But no, I don't.
Nor should you?
No, exactly. I shouldn't. But I shouldn't put that on RJ if Tim Hasselbeck doesn't reply. I mean, RJ's doing his job, and he's saying, "Hey, can you join us at this time? Here's what's happening." And if he doesn't want to hit send, then that doesn't fall on the producer.
Okay. So, but my original point was we don't know how to navigate the next 25 minutes because we don't know exactly when Tim is going to call.
Think about it, though. We're sitting here talking football. We got into these nice conversations about the week. We've only started to scratch the surface.
I agree.
On these games this weekend. We could sit here and do the next hour and a half on these games if we want.
I'm not concerned about that. We have a frenzy, and typically we would do the frenzy at 8:30. But if he can't join at 8:45, then it puts a crimp into our plan, is what I'm saying.
But let me ask you this. Is the frenzy a flexible frenzy?
It's like a Nadia Comaneci flexibility frenzy. Yes.
Was she flexible?
She was an
that's right.
Olympic gymnast.
You know why? Because when you first said it, my mind went to figure skating instead of gymnastics.
I think that like Oksana Bayul, also flexible, I would think.
Sure. It's an interesting name, isn't it? Bayul.
That's what I said.
No, I said it's a very interesting name. Bayul.
Bayul, yeah. Very highly interesting. Yeah. Or it could be like...
What's she up to these days? She's still skating?
I don't know.
Doing clinics or something like that?
On the Brian Boitanos of the world.
Because I don't think that figure skating, for example, like if you're a medalist, right? I don't think...
You really are a fun guy.
I don't think that leads to like a lifetime of wealth, like generational wealth. You know what I mean?
I think like Sarah Hughes is probably doing well.
Is Mark Spitz sitting there and not having a care in the world with his 15 Olympic medals or whatever he had from swimming all those years ago?
I think he's probably well off, yeah. I think at a minimum you go on the motivational speaker.
That's what I mean. You do speaking engagements.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So I guess we probably should go around the league because we don't know when or if Tim's even going to join the show.
Well, you know what? If he joins, I think RJ should give him the hand and be like, Tim, send you a text.
Now, RJ, would you ever do this?
We're going around. Tim, we're going around the league.
For us, Tim.
Yeah.
Well, if we start around the league, we have to finish it.
Right.
Maybe we invite him in as our pal. Like, hey, jump in here.
Now, you can't have a fifth person in around the league.
We've never had a guest join us in around the league. Why would we start doing that now?
You know what you do, RJ? You know what you do? You send him a copy of the rundown, and you say, "See that thing that says 8:45, Tim Hasselbeck? That's when you come in, buddy. That's when you come in."
I don't know if I have that in me.
You have it in you.
Come on.
That seems tough.
Stick your chest out and tell them the way it's going to be.
With great power comes great responsibility.
I don't want great responsibility.
RJ, well, you have great responsibility. RJ,
hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. Are you ready to take us on a tour around the league?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go.
It's time to go around the league.
All right, it's brought to you by Boost Mobile. Nice little Saturday planned out here. I try to get to Home Depot, Bed Bath & Beyond. Not sure if we'll have enough time. So,
are you going old school here, or are you actually?
That was nice. See, look and see. I have a little bit of movie capability.
Oh yeah, you do.
Just a
I
little.
never doubted that.
He loves movies.
I play the hits. You guys, I'm done in by you guys, unfortunately, because you're all savants. Like you're all on the deep end of cinephiles. I'm merely average, but for that in this structure, I look weak.
You know, it's funny you make mention of that. I actually watched Old School this week.
You're crazy. Elite movie.
I'll tell you this though, like for the Saturday, like the 4:30 start is ideal.
It's nice.
Elite.
Like you can get so much done.
That's great. You have the whole day.
Yeah.
The whole day. By the way, you're listening to DiPietro and Rothenberg on WHSQ, WCBS FM HD2 in New York.
And you can even partake in a little Rangers Flyers if the mood should strike, right, Raymond?
I think how could it not?
I think
you can guess how many goals the Rangers will allow.
Will Jonathan Quick get pulled again?
Right.
Tune in.
If I give you the number of 5.5, does it go higher or lower than that for the Flyers goals?
Did you see like the post headline for one of the articles like after the Ottawa game the other night?
No.
They used the adjective gutless. Gutless Rangers.
I mean, how untrue is that?
But I mean, that's a little harsh.
Well, I think it's
kids are covering their eyes for crying out loud.
Gutless is aggressive. But anyways, that's a different league. We'll go back to the football league. Saturday, 4:30, Bills at Broncos. Buffalo trying to make their second straight AFC Championship game. That would be the third, if they can do it, of Josh Allen's career. Saw some photos going around yesterday of Haley Steinfeld, his wife, in Broncos gear.
Really pregnant now.
Very pregnant.
Yeah. But that's not the picture he's talking about.
So, this will be a tough task for a Buffalo offense dealing with a lot of receiver issues. Terrell Shavers, Gabe Davis, Josh Palmer, all not going to play in this game. Josh Allen's also banged up. He's got a right foot, a left knee, and a right finger that he is nursing. But he's playing, we know that. So protecting Josh Allen and those injuries with those lack of receivers, that will be a storyline to follow. The Denver Broncos defense had 68 sacks in the regular season. That is tied for the 5th most ever by a team. Bills have the league's top run game, one of the league's worst running defenses. And this line, as you mentioned, Dave, has flipped. Denver favored here, at home, off the bye by 1.5.
So a couple things. I don't look at Denver as a great 1 seed. I just don't. And I still stand by the fact that I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl. That being said, I mean, their defense is good. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's Houston-level defense, but the 5th most sacks in a season is pretty impressive. The problem is I've seen numerous times where offenses go up and down the field. I saw the Jaguars go up and down the field against them. I saw the Giants go up and down the field against them. So there's been times I've watched them and just been kind of unimpressed. I don't think I've watched the Texans at all this year and thought to myself, ooh, it's not as good a defense as advertised. For me, Dan, this will come down to the running games. If you tell me that the Broncos can run the ball somewhat effectively, I think they'll probably win this football game.
They're going to have to control the clock and keep Josh Allen off the field, right?
Yes.
Because it just seems like Josh Allen, how much time is left on the clock, especially like late in the game or late in a half or whatever, it just seems like it's enough time, if that makes any sense, right? It's like the league and the officials, whatever it might be, whether he gets a flag here or there, he finds ways to get the job done and put points on the board. So, yeah, I'm with you. Denver, keep him off the field. Because let's be real. I mean, this Bronco team, it's not like they were blowing people out getting to 14-3. I don't know if you want to call them a fraud. I mean, look, if they lose on Saturday, we could talk about them being a fraud number one team. And I think a lot of people will be happy to see Sean Payton have a little coming his way because, unless you're a Bronco fan, you're probably not a big Sean Payton fan. I mean, he's very
not.
arrogant.
I mean, do I trust Bo Nix? I mean, listen, if you say who's the better quarterback, that's not even up for debate. And then can the Bills run the football? Because if the Bills can run the football, they're a completely different team. They didn't run it really well last week against Jacksonville, but Jacksonville's run defense is tops in the NFL, and they still put up 27 points and went up and down the field when it mattered in the fourth quarter. I know their wide receivers are an absolute mess, but I don't know. I really just don't believe in this Denver team.
Got to force a couple turnovers like they did against Jacksonville last week. I think that'll help as well. But you're right. Like how many? I mean, like 2-point win, 3-point win, 1-point win. I mean, that was like Denver all year long. And I just don't think you're going to get that lucky in the playoffs.
At some point, you would think your luck runs out, and maybe this is, in fact, the week that their luck runs out.
Only 3 of the 14 wins were by more than one score.
Well, they barely and probably shouldn't have beaten the Jets. They certainly shouldn't have beaten the Giants. And that's just of the local teams playing against them.
That 3-game stretch in what was it, September into October, whatever, Eagles, Jets, Giants, they won by 4 points, 2 points, 1 point.
Right. And didn't they start the season like 1-2?
1-2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any team with more to lose, specifically any player with more to lose than Josh Allen, despite all the injuries, despite the receivers, despite being on the road, wild card team.
So let me ask you guys this. If the Bills lose this game.
This is where I was going.
And Allen plays well.
Which he usually does.
I mean, almost
in the playoffs.
Exclusively, right?
Yeah.
I will not, but I'm just wondering, is the narrative then going to be on Monday morning? Hey, or even Sunday? Hey, let's kill Josh Allen because it's another season where he couldn't get his team to the Super Bowl?
No, I think it's more going to fall on the head coach.
Yes. McDermott.
It's going to fall on the head coach.
Well, you know what? Even if they were to fire him, they can't have John Harbaugh.
No, they can't have him.
No, they can't have him. Sorry.
How about bring Marv Levy back? Little nostalgia. Triple digits.
Marv Levy's got to be like 95 years old.
Yeah, he's old.
Marv Levy might be like 100.
He might be close to 100.
100?
Yeah.
He's 100.
100?
He's 100.
God,
100?
Yeah.
Look at
digits.
that. I just outdid you in your own game.
My own game. All right, congratulations.
Oh, I've really grown.
He posted like a picture, like the Will Chamberlain picture,
Well, let's not
holding
go
up
crazy.
100 on his Instagram.
I can't actually grow, but I can grow in other ways.
He looks amazing.
And he's still with it, too. God bless him. Like, whenever you see him do interviews.
100.
Be honest.
Yeah. Do I want
Dan,
to live
if
to
I told
100?
you can have 100, would you take it?
What kind of 100, though?
101's in
You don't.
play,
You
by
don't
the
know.
way.
You roll. I tell you right now, you get 100, but you don't know what 100. You could be sipping peas through a straw, or you could be Marv Levy
wearing a diaper.
Any of the you don't know. Would you take 100?
Marv Levy drawing up waggle plays at 100.
Yeah.
Dodgers will still probably get every free agent when I'm 100 too.
So would you take it?
Yeah. Why the hell not?
Raymond, you taking 100?
Yeah, probably.
But
Yeah.
the unknown 100, you're taking.
Well, let's put it this way. If it's not a good, like if you're not all with it, chances are you're probably not sticking around till 100 anyways.
That's not true. A lot of people live to 100 that just aren't in very good health and don't know what the hell's going on.
This is an uplifting conversation.
Would you take 100?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Would you?
No.
You're turning down blind
Why?
100.
Yeah, because I think that the odds are that you're not going to be in very good health or mental capacity at 100.
Great.
I'm going to turn it down.
Well. Saturday, 8 o'clock, Niners, Seahawks. Sam Darnold tweaked his oblique yesterday. In practice, he was limited, downgraded to questionable, but says he is playing in this game.
He said there's no chance he doesn't play in this game.
I did see
He's
that.
playing.
Fred Warner I had high hopes for this, but Kyle Shanahan threw some cold water on that yesterday, said that is not in the team's best interest, so we do not expect him to play. So I said yesterday, until somebody tells me he's not playing. I guess.
And now they've told you he's not playing.
Otherwise, you get RJ scatting right now.
You might. Seattle.
I don't believe it.
Seattle playing their second straight game against the Niners. They obviously had the bye after that Week 18 win that got them the 1 seed. And that Week 18 win was I can say this, it was a defensive masterpiece. They held the Niners to 173 total yards and a field goal. That is tied with the fewest points a Kyle Shanahan Niners team has ever scored with the first game he ever coached for the Niners back in 2017.
When you've heard my analysis this week, do you get angry at me, or are you like, no, you know what, it's fair that he has this opinion?
No, a lot of people clearly have that opinion because the line is 7. I don't think they're going to get run off the field, which I think you think is in play.
I wouldn't be shocked if we were looking at a 27-13 game.
What's your confidence level going into this game versus the Week 18 game?
Ooh. Definitively less confident.
Well, it'd have to be, no?
But I said going into this past week.
But it's hard to beat teams twice in a row, too.
Now, see, it takes some of the oomph off what I said, because I remember this very time last week, I said that if the Eagles game is the one to get, I will feel okay relative to how I feel about the Eagles game, because I did not have a lot of confidence going into last week.
Because even though Seattle has done and McDonald's done a great job, right? Kubiak, I mean, this is they're very, very up in the modern game of football.
Sure.
You have to throw a little bit of bouquets in Kyle Shanahan's direction as far as making adjustments.
He's amazing.
Right,
do you
after
feel
what
like
just happened 2 weeks ago.
Money game for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it is too. With your injuries?
So, what was taken away was losing George Kittle. That, I mean, he affects the run game. He's such an outlet for Brock Purdy. I mean, sometimes we talk about guys, and depending if you watch that team a lot or if you're a fan of that team, you might be like, yeah, listen, I mean, that's important, but there's no overstating.
Yeah, but you didn't have Trent Williams last time you played them, right?
Yeah, that was a big loss too.
That's a massive loss. Now you have him back.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
I mean, he's playing on one leg. He would even
Trent Williams
that.
On one leg is better than most left tackles on 2 legs.
You got to get get McCaffrey going.
Yeah, Austin Pleasance wasn't great. Well, I mean, to that point, there's concern there because the Seahawks have the best run defense in the league by EPA and opponent success rate. Niners have struggled to run the ball all season. That's why the offense hasn't quite looked the same all year for the Niners. No George Kittle. You're probably going to get Ricky Pearsall back. Sounds like he's going to play.
He's always hurt, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
the line is Seattle by 7. It's come down half a point.
As a Niner fan, after George Kittle got hurt last week, was it like a kick to the teeth where he's down, non-contact, like Achilles injury, and then every 5 minutes after that, they're showing these Little Caesars commercials where George Kittle is bursting through somebody's living room on a moose or a deer or whatever.
That was very
and I'm like, he could survive that, but a non-contact injury, and now he's out for the rest of the year.
You know what's impressive, though? They've suffered so many devastating injuries. They suffer another one to one of the heartbeats of the team, and it doesn't faze them. They just pick up, and Tonjes comes in, and let's get to the next play.
Is a nice player, and I have to give true apologies because I had a lot of questions because
I accept.
Not to you.
Oh.
Eric Kendricks and Garrett Wallow were playing linebacker for the Niners last week. They weren't even on. They were on the team a combined 77 days going into that, and they played great.
RJ,
they were awesome.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Would you pay $2,500 cash to get the win?
No.
You would not.
That's a lot of money.
But who's he paying?
Yeah, that's a lot.
If he was, let's say he wanted to pay, who's he paying?
Dave, of course.
If I could somehow make a call and get you to win this game,
script writers.
Yeah, you wouldn't pay $2,500.
Well, no, because what does it lead to?
It leads to now you're in the NFC Championship.
So then, is it $5,000 for the NFC Championship?
I don't know.
If we're talking,
we're not there yet. We are only at the stage where the offer for this game is on the table.
If we're talking that sum of money, I need you to start bringing guys. Wave your wand and bring guys off the injury report.
How about you conjure this up?
How about this now? A non-financial question. You cannot go to sleep until Wednesday evening.
I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, but does he have to go?
You'd have to.
Does he have to go to work on Monday and Tuesday?
Yeah, of course.
And Wednesday?
I would try. What if I fail?
Why would you do this?
Then we go back in time and the win gets taken away.
Yeah, does he have a stay awake monitor next to him at all times? And if he dozes off, he gets whipped or something?
You're not allowed to sleep.
I would do my best. I would sign up for that and I would try. I don't know if I'd get there, but
you would have to drink a big cup of coffee every 90 minutes.
I would try.
Hey, coffee machine's working.
Yeah, it is.
I get a lot of emails about that.
Alrighty, so as we said, Seattle by 7.
At some point, you just say, hey, let's get a new coffee machine.
No. You fix the one you have. All right, so here's the thing.
Yeah, besides this being one of your picks, what else you got on this game?
You don't know that this is one of my picks. Maybe I'm just playing deception here. Nobody trusts Sam Darnold. If this comes down to moments where you need big plays from Sam Darnold, I think that's a real concern. My thought is going into this game, the talent level it's just much greater from Seattle. They're home, and I know that doesn't affect Shanahan. They just won on the road. They're home. Their defense is really good, really fast, really a good tackling defense. Their secondary is excellent. I don't think there's much of a weakness on their team. The big weakness on the Seahawks, Dan, is probably the quarterback, who's a good quarterback. You just don't trust him in the biggest of moments.
We like to play this game a lot, right? Especially when you get down to the final 8. Goes without saying, hands down, he is the one quarterback with the most pressure on him this weekend. Or would you say it's Josh Allen? I forgot about Josh. This round, I think you could say Sam.
Yeah, Sam needs to.
That's what I mean. He's got to win a playoff game.
If the Seahawks, if Sam Darnold plays well, is there any real chance you think that Seattle loses?
It would be very difficult.
Josh Allen could play well and they still lose.
Right. Because Seattle's got the better team, like you said.
A much better team.
And give the Seahawks credit, too, because remember, last year they looked like they were on the way to the playoffs. They petered out at the end, didn't make it. He made some changes to the coaching staff, and then this year they've come out freaking, on fire. And Sam's had a lot to do with that. Give him credit.
He's had a good season, but in big moments already I've seen. Now, in a game that's non-competitive that you just beat up on the Niners, which you did a couple weeks ago, you didn't need him to be really good.
But you know what? He could have easily wilted and thrown a couple of bad picks or something like that.
So the only thing I'll say in that game, and they dominated that game, but not on the scoreboard. That's the only thing, because the big key for me last week with the Eagles game, the path to victory is the Niners had to start fast, and they did. They went down and scored. And you need something to go wrong to the point where maybe it's the Eagles going 3 and out. What I didn't see come was A.J. Brown dropping 3 footballs. And the crowd turned on him. And they did.
What a treat that was.
And then it got weird. You won't get that with Seattle. That crowd will not turn on them. However, they go into, because I've heard Sam talk about it all week, how much they're expecting to lean on that crowd and give them energy. Sam comes out, first couple of drives, doesn't look good. Things get weird.
Yeah, now all of a sudden your concern level has to ratchet up. They won't start booing him off the field.
No, they won't boo him.
Like in Philadelphia.
No, it'll just get quiet.
Right. It will be a weird scenario, and it'll be very obvious. And he's got to feel that. When he takes the field, he's going to have to. Because how many big games has Sam Darnold played that you look and you're like, he was big time in that game? Not a lot.
Yeah, not many. We move to Sunday, 3 o'clock, Texans in Foxborough to play the Patriots. Houston is in the divisional round for the 3rd straight season. They are 0-6 at this stage when they've reached it as a franchise. Patriots, it's a strength on strength. They average 8.6 air yards per attempt. That is the 3rd highest mark in the league. What's it mean? They push the ball down the field when they throw it. The Texans' defense allows 4.8 yards per attempt. That is the fewest in the league. So, it's a battle of strengths. Sounds like Nico Collins. It's going to be tough for him to play in this game with that concussion. That was not fun to watch. We wish him well. Christian Gonzalez, also in concussion protocol, the corner for New England. Sounds like he has a much better chance to play in this game for the Patriots. New England are favored by 3 at home.
This is just a terrific matchup. And the matchup that you're excited about is you have a great defense. Now, I've heard people compare them to the all-time greats. I'm not going to go there yet. But this is a great defense going up against an offense that They do have legitimately a lot of weapons. You love the quarterback. Stevenson, Henderson are a good 1-2 combo, both running the ball and out of the backfield. So this to me is the $1 million thing. Now, C.J. Stroud can't fall all over himself and just turn the ball over and give short fields and all that kind of stuff. But I wonder. I mean, can the Patriots take the football and go 80 yards and do that consistently? I don't know. I think this is probably the most interesting game of the weekend.
It got to the point last Monday night with C.J. Stroud as bad as he was playing that I actually said, you know what, it might be Davis Mills time in the second half. Because, you weren't confident that the Pittsburgh Steelers were going to do anything on offense, and that's probably what stayed.
Just don't turn the ball over.
Right. I mean, that's what stayed DeMeco Ryan's hand, and just, he stayed with C.J. Stroud. But, I mean, like you said, I don't have a lot of confidence in him, first and foremost. The other thing here, let's not forget, Patriots have a pretty good defense, too. Like,
it's a very good defense.
Really
yes.
good.
But it's
like,
not, it's
really
not the
good.
same level of defense.
No, but it's still pretty good. Like, especially up front, they could get after. I mean, Milton Williams is a freaking beast.
And he was great. He was great.
And that's
week.
like, I said this all year. New England spent a lot of money in free agency. They had a ton of cap space. Yes, Drake May, but they spent well. Like, all those guys, they gave a lot. Like, they hit it out of the park with like 4 or 5 starters that they signed in free agency. And that also has helped them get to where they are this year.
I think the more complete team is New England. I think the most dominant unit is Houston. I think D'Amico Ryans is excellent, as is Mike Vrabel. I think special teams are good for both of these teams. This should be all the games should be good. I have this one circled as this might be the best football game of the week.
It's going to be a great game. And let's, like I said, back to that New England defense. They didn't allow the Chargers squat last week. Squat.
They didn't, but I wonder, is that more Chargers just where their offense is at, or more
they
Patriots
just
where their defense is
dominated them. And RJ brought up that statistic, by the way. New England, you said, is number 1, or Drake May's number 1 in air yards per attempt. Or he's third?
Yeah.
Last week, Houston played the quarterback who was dead last, and that was Aaron Rodgers. So this is a nice little
and if you remember going into the game last week, it's like, well, Rodgers gets rid of the ball quicker than any quarterback, and they might not be able to get to him. They got to him.
Yeah, they got to him, and it's all checkdowns. I mean, that's and remember that he was guilty of that last year too. I mean, I don't want to make this an Aaron Rodgers conversation, but remember, like with the Jets last year, it was like, why doesn't he throw the ball down the field? Well, this is who he is at this stage of his career.
That's right.
Absolutely. That game, by the way, is on ESPN with Joe and Troy.
Oh, nice.
Can I ask you a question?
I like questions.
I know it might be trivial, but I like these things.
Nothing is beneath us. Go ahead.
So it's on ESPN and ABC.
Yeah.
What do you watch it on?
ESPN. That's just me.
I don't even know. Like
with what's available, does it really matter at this point?
Sometimes. Like they did that a lot with Monday Night Football this year. Like it was on both networks.
Yep.
And you didn't have a preference one way or
whatever
the other?
the first channel number that pops into my head is what I'll put on.
Interesting.
I don't have cable per se. It's all streaming, so it doesn't really.
Well, the reason I say
matter.
because like if you want to
So
stick
what, you
around and
just
watch
turn on
like
the
the
ESPN
post game coverage.
No, I use YouTube.
ESPN, you go if you're watching on ABC, then you're gonna have to change the channel to ESPN because they go to the news after the game, for example.
That's deep thinking.
Yeah.
You give a lot of thought to this, huh?
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Remember when I said there was no question beneath us?
No. You think that was a question that was beneath you?
You've changed your outlook.
I'm surprised.
You believe in the statement that there's no dumb questions?
Only dumb people who ask questions.
I thought it was dumb answers.
Horrendous questions.
And finally, Sunday, 6:30, Rams visit the Chicago Bears. There's some weather stuff moving through.
Ooh.
Temperature
Right there, weather stuff moving through. He's taking the Bears.
Temperature in Chicago, single digit to kick off. Wind chill below 0. Little temperature juxtaposition. Mid-80s in L.A. this week for the Rams as they are preparing for this game. According to ESPN research, Matt Stafford has never played a game where the temperature was below 20 degrees at kickoff. I read this yesterday, a really nice article on ESPN.com about how players get ready for cold games. Matthew Stafford, much like Tom Brady, a big fan of the scuba suit to stay warm under the pads.
Oh, really? And he also, I believe, practices in a meat locker.
I don't think that's
like Rocky.
Yeah, throws the football in the meat locker. Here, the Rams are the better football team, right? The Bears' defense is not very good. I mean, it got better as the game went along, but it felt like that was kind of partially responsible to Green Bay, who just took their foot off the gas. And they just don't show up at times offensively. If the Bears play a complete game, I give them a pretty good chance to win this game, but I have no faith that they're going to do that. Although the scene in Chicago on Sunday night
It's going to be wild.
is going to be awesome. It's going to be absolutely awesome.
So you mentioned Chicago. I should tell you that their big offensive crutch, despite what Caleb Williams has been doing, was the run game all season.
Yeah.
Ran for a season-low 65 yards in Week 18, and then 93 yards in their wild card win last week, which was their 4th fewest of the season. So they've gotten away a little bit of what made the
Well,
successful.
I would say this, though. I wouldn't look at the Week 18 and take it all that seriously because they didn't really play to win that game.
But they played, though. They played their guys.
That was
They
for
played their
seeding.
guys, but I don't think they really cared about winning that game. Last week, I think, is readily apparent that they just didn't run the ball all that effectively. The Rams' run defense, I think, is better than their pass defense. Caleb Williams is going to have to win this game, and I don't know that Caleb Williams can win this game.
All right, so here we go. Here's the latest weather.
Yeah.
Weather stuff.
Afternoon, Chicago, Sunday, 18 degrees, chance of snow 40%. Sunday night, which is when the majority of the game is going to be played.
Right, so it's 5:30 out there the game kicks off,
Correct.
right? Yeah.
So Sunday night, low of 2. 1 + 1 equals 2. Now that's not wind chill. That's the actual temperature.
So
that's on the
actual.
barometer.
We're looking at. I think I heard last night it could be minus 16 actual.
Yeah, I don't think the scuba suit is saving you.
Winds at 20 to 30 miles an hour, and they could occasionally gust over 40.
Would you want to go to that game? If I offered you a free ticket to that game, you going?
When I was
If I'm
younger,
a Bears fan, yes.
Seriously, when I was younger, I dreamed of bad weather games, of going to as a fan. Like the late season, important, I dreamed of those.
The awful weather games used to have almost no effect on me. Now, I don't think I can handle it anymore.
Listen, in about 20 years or so, when all the stadiums are with those glass roof on top.
Well, that's what they want to build in Chicago, which is a joke.
With Chicago and Washington and Kansas City and Buffalo has a canopy, but Cleveland,
Going to the now it worked out very poorly for me, but going to the Niners-Bills snow game last year, that was the game where Josh Allen threw and caught a touchdown on the same play. It was a pretty wild experience to be at. It was not minus 11 or whatever it was, but it was very cold and there was a lot of snow, and it's something to experience just optically once in your life. I should say I didn't say the spread this game. Rams are favored by 3.5, despite all we said.
Was that the coldest game you've ever been to as a fan?
No. I went to a Bills-Browns game where I believe the actual feels-like temperature was in the negatives, and it was an 8-0 win for the Browns. It was really something.
I don't know if you guys felt like this. It was really cold yesterday here.
The temperature dropped.
Really
big time. And
we were spoiled.
Leaving here last night after the Knicks.
We were spoiled for the last few days before.
Was rough. I think that made it worse.
And I should tell you, that's around the league, and we've gone around it. Brought to you by Boost Mobile. Don't overpay. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever for life for real. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds.
Any Hasselbeck text yet?
Nothing.
No.
Mm-mm. Do I play the music? What do we do?
I don't know that I would trash he doesn't show up, RJ.
I think we power through. Listen.
Oh, we'll be fine.
This is like a second window throw. Matt Hasselbeck, first window, maybe not open. We just have to throw it in faith and just understand he's going to uncover and he's going to be there. Otherwise, pick six going the other way.
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a Freudian slip. Matt Hasselbeck?
Oh, Tim, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Well, I was thinking pick six. In my head was the Seattle Green Bay promise. That
Al Harris interception?
Yeah, that went awry.
Al Harris, potential Jets defensive coordinator candidate.
Ray loves
Interesting.
Al Harris.
A big Al Harris guy.
I'm going to sit here. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to do you solid. I'm going to tell you who the Jets' next defensive coordinator is going to be. You ready?
Oh.
You ready?
Who's it going to be?
Take this down.
All right.
I'm going to give you a clue. See when you get it. Ties to New York football.
You know something.
Other locker room.
This is a Giants guy.
Well, I mean, that kind of, narrows it down.
Ungraciously left town.
Wink Martindale.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We'll see. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if he and the head coach would be like an oil and water combination.
I know enough about Dave to know that he's not pulling up Wink Martindale out of nowhere.
Well, no, his name's been mentioned for like a month.
No. But for Dave to have such confidence, you know something.
Maybe. Just write it down, and when we find out who the Jets' DC is going to be, we'll see if that's accurate or not. That's all I'm saying. And don't get too fancy and excited about Jim Leonard, because we might want him, and I think it's fair to say we get.
I don't think Jim Leonard would.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I've pointed this out numerous times before. Jerry Jones is cheap, so I'm prepared to be upset.
Yeah, and the Giants are going to spend money. They already told John Harbaugh that. So there you go. All right, let's break. Come back. We're doing a frenzy. And there's nothing Matt or Tim or any of the Hasselbecks can do about it. And then...
Yeah, wait your turn, man.
After that, we hope to have Tim Hasselbeck. 800-919-3776. That's the number for the frenzy. On Twitter, it's at Rothenberg ESPN. And you go into the YouTube chat, you type away your question, and Raymond sees it and feeds it to us. It's a frenzy, and it's next. And it's right here on ESPN New York. All right, let's see what's happening on the roads. And here is the scatting traffic update person. It's Debbie Duhame.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Dan. Hey, it's cold out here this morning, but things are heating up on the New England Thruway southbound, slowing down by 18A. Emma Marinick, it's a car fire. Couple of lanes blocked. Over on the Bronx River Parkway southbound by the Bronx Zoo, it's a collision. Eastbound Gowanus at 38th, a disabled vehicle. 80 East exit 55 in Totowa, a collision being cleared. Sponsored by Brothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline, 877-MAD-HELP, or visit mad.org. I'm Debbie Duhame on 880 ESPN New York.
Welcome to Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where excitement never stops. Unleash the fun with 2 floors of gaming action, featuring 1,000 cutting-edge video and electronic machines. Enjoy exceptional service at a prime location that places you right in the heart of Long Island's excitement. Stay and play in style with over 200 hotel rooms and treat yourself to a full range of dining options at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. Discover the untold story behind Shakespeare's greatest masterpiece. Hamnet is a monumental cinematic experience and proof that movies can bring us together. And now it's the winner of the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing only in theaters.
Hey, New York and New Jersey. Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever. Meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, it's Michael K. Not sleeping? Well, it could be your mattress. That's why I always recommend my friends at PC Richard & Son. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. Top brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. And in-home delivery on any mattress $199 and up is free. So do what I do. Get to PC Richard & Son and for your new mattress. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Chris Stapleton's All-American Roadshow. August 26th at Northwell at Jones Beach Theater with special guest Carter Faith. Chris Stapleton's All-American Roadshow. On sale Friday, January 16th, 10 a.m. at LiveNation.com. Part of the Cadillac Tri-State Concert Series.
Talk about stepping up.
It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's time for a frenzy. A football frenzy.
You could say that 10,000 times and it still wouldn't be enough. It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
A football frenzy. Any team, any player, any question.
We are Dan Grassa. It is time now for a frenzy of football. But we do have a hiccup here. We do have a problem.
What?
We don't start the frenzy till all the phone lines are lit up. And at the moment, all the phone lines they're not lit up.
People, come on. What is wrong with you?
It's a number. Frenzy. We know it. It's 800-919-3776, and we're going to have to light these babies up, or we could just sit here and talk football on our own.
It's the Friday before divisional playoff weekend, arguably the best weekend in the NFL playoffs. If not now, then when? Right? If not now, when?
I don't know.
You do a frenzy next Friday. It's not divisional playoff weekend.
There's only 2 games.
There's 2 games.
And not only that, you could go off the board. You could go Jets. You could go Giants. You could go you go draft. I mean, it doesn't have to be these 4 games.
Giants just got a head coach. You should be excited.
Calls.
Jets have 17 games on the schedule next year. You should be excited.
Calls. Oh, man. Oh, now they're starting to percolate in. Calls.
Like a car salesman.
You're doing a great job.
Getting people through the door.
800-919-3776. All right, now they're all filled up. You ready to roll?
Come on.
All right, let's go to his workplace. John, you're on the frenzy.
Will A.J. Brown be traded on the first day of the draft once again?
I don't know that I would say first day of the draft. I think his days in Philadelphia are done.
I agree. You've already started to see some moves on the offensive side of the ball with the staff, and I think that it's also going to extend to the playing field.
I'll tell you what, man, he is a real pain in the ass.
Sometimes it's like, is he, why is it a lot of these guys are like, is he worth the trouble? We ask ourselves that question a lot. And it's always wide receivers, it seems
quite
like.
Frankly, he's not even good enough anymore.
Right.
Like, if he was great and he was going for 8 for $127 and a touchdown every game, you're like, all right, we have to deal with him. He's not even that good anymore. He cost them in the game against the Niners. I don't think he has that same. He gets hurt. He's a total prima donna. I mean, they were winning last year, and he wasn't even happy because they weren't winning the way he wanted to win.
Not good.
He's a real piece of work. Andy Dobbs Ferry. Andy, frenzy, go.
Based on his record, especially against teams with winning records, don't you think Mike McDaniels is severely overrated, and any team's going to be disappointed if they hire him either as a head coach or an offensive coordinator?
I think he's a really, really bright offensive mind.
Yeah, offensive coordinator. That to me is where I think his long-term future is. He's an elite offensive guy when it comes to schemes.
Elite.
Jets tried to hire him as part of Bob Saleh's first staff. Elite. And San Francisco wouldn't let him out.
It scares me that Philadelphia winds up landing him.
You know what? The fact that you have 8 openings, I think he might get one of these like non-desirable head coaching jobs. And these guys, even though they may not be best for their long-term future as far as like sticking around as a head coach, they want to jump right back in it.
Least desirable head coaching job is what?
I got to pull them up that are available.
You got Cleveland. You got the
It's got to be Cleveland.
Cleveland. I would think it probably is.
Off the top of my head,
pull them up. Look through it. I have one from Serge Vival. Cuddle, marry, trash. What's the best solution for the Jets quarterback situation in 2026? Kyler Murray. Draft Simpson or Chambliss. Sign Malik Willis. It's not Kyler Murray. I'm going to trash Kyler Murray.
I might throw the Cardinals in there, by the way, as far as like least desirable.
Yeah, that's not a good job. I'm gonna trash confidently Kyler Murray. I'm going to cuddle Malik Willis. I'm going to marry Trinidad Chambliss. If the Jets could get Trinidad Chambliss at 16, I would be a big fan of that.
I might even be able to get him at 33, or do what the Giants did, move back in.
Yeah, listen, fine.
Chambliss, by the way, you need to see if he's going to be eligible for the draft. Because remember, he has that waiver that he applied for to get another year.
I thought he was told no.
Well, he appealed.
Okay.
So I mean, depending on because he's going to go to college for 18 years and come out with his doctorate. But the Malik Willis thing, I know a lot of people are jumping on this Malik Willis bandwagon because he played a few good games.
I like Malik Willis too.
That's great, but did you like Malik Willis a couple of years ago when he had to play for the Tennessee Titans and he started 3 games, Dave, and in 3 games he didn't throw for 100 yards in any of them?
He couldn't throw the football. But awful. I mean, don't guys develop and get better?
Okay, but remember, you're also talking about the Green Bay Packers. Wasn't a guy by the name of Matt Flynn wearing that same uniform and had one great game and then...
In one game.
That's what I mean. I'm not on the Malik Willis train to where I'm saying, oh, yeah, this is my bridge quarterback. Can I see more first?
Who would? If the Jets don't draft the quarterback, and I think you have to draft one, but if they don't draft the quarterback, who's the guy that you're like, you know what, for a year, give me him?
They need 2 guys.
Give me a guy.
I'd actually be, and I think he's going to be available because they restructured the contract. Come March, he'll be, I think, free to go. As much as I don't like his past with the organization, I'm willing to roll the dice on Kirk Cousins for a year. Kirk Cousins,
he might be awful.
Well, no, he wasn't awful with the Falcons like this past year. I mean, the Falcons had a lot of stuff going on, but again, it's a bridge. I'm not saying I want this guy more than 1 year, but he's at least somebody that when he steps into that huddle, he's going to absorb the scheme.
38-year-old Kirk Cousins?
For 1 year.
More so than Mariota?
I think it's a wash.
Okay.
It's a wash. But what I've said, the Jets should do what the Giants did this year. 2 veterans and the rookie.
Yeah. I think that's fair. You want to answer that question, by the way?
What was the question?
Murray, draft a quarterback, or Malik Willis?
I want no part of Kyler Murray.
Agreed.
None.
So you're going to trash that like I did?
Trash, and then cuddle Malik Willis, and then marry the draft?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so
but I don't want the rookie starting at all.
No.
No.
Well, I wouldn't say at all.
Well,
Certainly
I mean, not
right
early on, no.
No, because if you draft Chambliss, you would at least like to have some answer going into next year's draft.
Right.
Chris in Homedale. Chris, you're on the frenzy.
Which 2 teams do you think will end up in the Super Bowl?
I had said New England and Seattle, and I'm going to stand by New England and Seattle. What do you think?
Right now, I would say New England. Yeah, I actually agree with you.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get a rematch, a New England-Seattle Super Bowl.
Hopefully it'll be as good as the last time they played. Frank in Yonkers. Frank, you're on the frenzy.
Will the Jets trade down with the number 2 pick?
I think they'd like to. I don't know that anybody's going to really desperately want to move up to that number 2 pick.
Yeah. See, that's the thing with Dante Moore. Whether you like Dante Moore or not, it hurt the value of the number 2 pick.
Because somebody would have traded up for him. The problem is, would the Jets be disciplined enough to not take him at 2?
Well, the problem is, too, now with this number 2 pick, look, and that's why I say Jets have a boatload of, how many more draft choices do you freaking need, right? They've got 4 of the top 33 picks, or 4 of the top 44 picks. They got 3 first-rounders next year. They need so much. If the best defensive player on the board is going to be sitting there, you might as well take him.
Right. Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
You know?
In your mind, who would move the needle for you right now, Reese?
Yeah, I mean, move the needle. I mean, we don't know enough about him yet, but they need, the defense might look completely different next year.
Better, because it looked like they wanted no part of being out there by the end of the season.
So adding, if he's supposed to be a blue chip, can't miss talent, whatever, you might as well draft him and throw him right in there day one.
Ray, what do you got?
Okay, on the YouTube, Jiu-Jitsu Recovery, who I believe is Purple Belt Mike, asks, will the Giants win a Super Bowl before the Jets make the playoffs?
I feel like I had that question asked to me recently. No. Maybe.
No, I'll say no.
I'll say no too, but I wouldn't be stunned if the Giants did win a. I think within 5 years the Giants win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, John asked you that question 2 days ago.
John, yeah.
How about
within the next 5 years,
rephrase the question? Giants go to a Super Bowl.
No.
Giants go to a Super Bowl before the Jets make the postseason. Yes.
Wow.
Dave will come here very excited.
Oh. You have no idea.
Can you imagine if that happens? Seriously.
I was asking RJ this question because it's clearly happened with almost every team. But how many teams have had complete teardowns and rebuilds multiple times since the Jets were last the playoff team?
How many times has New England stripped it down and
yeah,
all of them, Ray?
No, but multiple times.
Well, Ray's saying how many times have if you go back to 2011, for example, the Niners, that was year 1 of Harbaugh. The reason this conversation got started, they stripped it down. They'd been bad. They built it up under Harbaugh, got rid of Harbaugh, were bad again under Tom Sula, Chip Kelly, and have built it back again.
Yeah, they were an example I brought. I mean, use the Giants as an example. The Giants, they phased out Eli. They drafted a quarterback. They mistakenly gave an extension to that quarterback. They've drafted a franchise guy, and they've been through how many head coaches? And now they've got their guy.
Well, right. I mean, people have brought up, obviously, because, the proximity with the same division, they bring up the Patriots. The Patriots had their second dynasty, right, during that time. Brady left. Mm-hmm. They stripped it down for a few years.
They made the playoffs with Mac Jones.
Drafted a first-round,
got rid of him.
Right.
Stunk. Got Drake May, and now they're the number 2 seed in the AFC.
Now they're the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
It's
been a decade and a half. Of course these things are going to happen.
And the Buffalo... I said, here's, if you want to say the dominoes in motion, like to whatever it's going to take to break this hex, right? Miami's playing for a national championship for the first time in 25 years.
Oh, my goodness.
RJ's Buffalo Sabres, who haven't been in the playoffs in 15 years like the Jets, are going to probably make it this year. Like, maybe these things are starting to align to where now it's all going to fall into place.
And my team has not made a Super Bowl in 30 years. It's great.
And I don't know in our lifetime if that ever changes.
Thank you.
Yeah, listen, I'm just being honest. Edgar Bloomingdale, finish it up, Edgar.
They gave Darnold a week to try to figure out how to blow it. Can the 49ers be upset?
He was scatting. You cut off the scat.
guy mid-scat.
Edgar was struggling there. Let's call it what
the
it is.
Scat, I think, deserves a spot in the finals.
I agree.
He stumbled out of the gate. He said 49ers, very weird. It was a lot.
But we know Edgar, though. That's the difference.
He's
like
everyday Edgar. How dare you hang up on him in the middle of a scat? What was the ultimate question?
How is he going to blow it, I guess?
The Niners.
Man, I tell you, if they lose, and they lose because he stinks, he's going to get obliterated.
Sam Darnold, a big fan. Did I ever tell you, big fan of my Christmas tree?
Is that right?
Yeah.
You like him, right? You guys are friends?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good dude.
So you're rooting for Seattle?
At 1,000%.
So now, RJ, how do you feel about that?
RJ's going to go in there and do terrible things to him is what's going to happen.
I mean, RJ, really good friend, and you're rooting against RJ this weekend.
You know what's so funny?
We got a break.
Only because I grew up and you grew up, right, with the Niners winning Super Bowls left and right, like they were going out of style.
Yeah, I hated the Niners.
And and the Niners have had a lot of success in the last, decade plus. And they still have not won a Super Bowl, but it just seems like they did. You know what I mean? But that's why when I look at RJ and his 49er fandom, it's almost like part of me says, well, you've experienced a lot of winning already.
Doesn't mean it ever gets old. And RJ doesn't remember a Super Bowl title. We got a break because there's a chance that Tim Hasselbeck joins us on the other side.
How about this? If he doesn't join us, what are we talking about?
We'll find out on the other side. All of it. Every question answered in just moments. Right here on ESPN New York.
It's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. Find out what you need and get projects done from the brands you trust at prices you'll love. Lowe's, we help, you save. Temperatures dropped and the snow set up so groomers can dig into that deep base on our ski trails that have very strong coverage from all the snowmaking this winter. So we ski groomed, loose, and frozen granular for the 3-day weekend, and there was fresh snow up north Thursday in the Adirondacks, at Whiteface in Vermont, at Stratton, Killington, and Smuggler's Notch. Camelback in the Poconos, Mountain Creek, New Jersey, both on 39 trails. They have plenty of snow tubing, too. Mount Peter and Thunder Ridge, both 75% day and night. Conditions improve with each cold night of snowmaking and grooming. Southington, Sundown, and Mohawk, all 100% in Connecticut. They're going day and night, and so's Jiminy Peak in the Berkshires on 32 slopes. Ski Butternut, 21 trails plus snow tubing. Killington and Smuggler's Notch got 4 inches of fresh snow Thursday. It's packed powder on a fast, firm base.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Score more with a college-branded Venmo debit card. Rep your team with every tap and earn up to 5% cash back through Venmo Stash, a new rewards program where the more you do, the more you get. Get your Venmo debit card today and start earning rewards with Venmo Stash. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. Select schools available. Venmo Stash terms and exclusions apply. Max $100 cash back per month. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering buy one, get one 50% off and everyday 0% financing. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends January 31st, 2026.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Guess who's back? Back again. Hasselbeck.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. We bring in, dear friend of the show, but here's the blessing for you today, Tim Hasselbeck. You don't have to deal with the shenanigans and the animosity from my normal co-host. There is no Rick DiPietro sitting in the chair next to me today.
What'd be great is if you could sub him out for someone like Dan Graziano or someone like that. That'd be great.
Well, they tried. They got Dan Grassa, not Graziano.
I don't have Dan Graziano, but I do have Dan Grassa.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I can't believe that's what happened. What are we doing? Come on.
Well, some would say it's a big upgrade. All right, so let's get right to it. Best weekend of the season, in my opinion. You get the teams that are on bye. They're playing 2 games Saturday, 2 games Sunday. Do you believe in Sam Darnold enough that this is kind of the theme of what people think, that he won't blow this game? Because Seattle's the better team. The only way they don't win this game, I think, is if Darnold doesn't play well.
I think that's fair. Definitely in terms of, Seattle's likelihood for success. Yeah, I do feel like it's probably a little unfair to take a small sample size of Darnold in a postseason big moment and say, hey, this is who he is as a player. Because, I don't know. I think there's been a bit of a tendency to, to be too critical of him in terms of what type of player he is. I thought that Minnesota should have kept Sam Darnold. I think I'm on I'm on the record as saying that. I think when you see someone do something at the level that he's done it, I think he's proved that he's a good player. And so while, their season ended, a year ago in Minnesota with him, not playing his best, I think to look at a guy that's, what does he want, 28 games in 2 years, through 35 touchdown passes in Minnesota and then bounces, comes back in Seattle and has a really good year, to say, okay, we're going to just, boil it down to one, postseason game at the end of the year, or a scenario at the end of the year where there's a lot of pressure, and say he can't do it. Like, that's who he is as a quarterback. I don't know. I don't think I believe in that type of evaluation of a quarterback and his ability to handle, a big moment.
Tim, I'm going to borrow something that Dave and I were talking about earlier in the show. Which of these 4 games, give me the one outcome that you would be absolutely shocked happens this weekend?
I think I would go to the game that we're still talking about, because Shanahan's a good coach. Like, these teams played, just a little while ago, right? And so to think that, in a game that was played, in San Francisco scored 3 points. Like, that's a really a really banged up team. And I think Seattle's, I think it might be fair to say Seattle's got the best defense in the league. I'm sure Houston would take issue with that, but so in that environment, all of those things, that would be a surprising outcome based on, recent experience between the two teams.
How many points wins the New England-Houston game? Like if I told you Houston gets to, I don't know, 20, you take that right now and see what comes of it?
I think if Houston scored 20 points, they would feel pretty good about their chances of winning, I would think.
But can they?
And,
because do you trust Stroud, Tim?
I'm not as excited about just their offense in general. And I think that in some ways, as we look at all of these quarterbacks, the years they've had, how they've played, I don't want to say that he's gotten a free pass, but I don't feel like he has gotten the same, it has been under the same microscope as other quarterbacks. I'm watching what, Herbert had to play with, okay, and how he performed under, just really conditions that I don't think there are very many quarterbacks that would play on, well under. And I don't think Stroud has been under that same microscope. I really don't. So, that's probably a different way for me to say. I don't know if I say I trust him or not. Look, I think he's a good player. I think he can play. I think he can play well enough, to win a game on the road in New England and all of that. But I can't say that he's been the reason for that team's success. And I think in some ways, they've started to call games, coach games, play games with him at quarterback differently since David Mills was the starter, and they kind of felt like there was a different path to win. And so, that's very much a defensive-led team, not a C.J. Stroud offensive-led team.
I think the other thing you look at, too, just their overall success rate or what they're going to be able to accomplish. I think that people are sleeping on that New England defense, Tim, only because of how good Houston's defense is. But that Patriots defense is no joke also.
So I have a friend that's on the Patriots staff. Have another friend that, works for them kind of remotely. And we just were talking I love Drake May. I've felt like he was the best quarterback prospect in all my time at ESPN that I evaluated. Was a little bit surprised that he wasn't the first overall pick. I love Drake May. And I think that he is, a big part of their success, obviously, and all of that. But I also have a friend that told me Milton Williams is their best player, and it's not close. And it kind of makes your point a little bit. Like they think Milton Williams, who the defensive tackle, is what is creating the success in New England for them, because he's such a dominant player and so disruptive and such a headache that it just ends up being. That's the thing. And look, we don't typically just sit around and talk about, interior defensive linemen, but, the game in many cases, it certainly is for Houston, is, one in the trenches. And so, I think that New England is really good defensively. I think, Christian Gonzalez's situation for the game will be interesting. Because he's had an outstanding year, and his availability, I do think, could have a big impact on the game.
All right, last one, and we'll let you run, and thanks for adjusting the time in the day for us. And that is, can Josh Allen do it again? Can he put his team, the Bills, on his back, go into Denver, and beat the Broncos?
I think he can. And I think what's interesting, there's been a lot of talk about Josh Allen. This has to be his year. No Mahomes in the way. No Lamar Jackson in the way. This has to be the year in the AFC because of the the break that you get in terms of the quarterbacks that you're going to face to be the AFC representative in the Super Bowl. And, it's interesting because it's probably one of the worst teams, I say worse, but, it's not, I don't believe that it's the best team that he's had in Buffalo. But saying all that, I think his path is hard. I think going down to Jacksonville like that wasn't an easy path. Going to Denver, that's another defense that we probably should put in the same class as Houston or New England or Seattle, because they can really rush the passer. That environment is going to be loud. Communication is going to be an issue. They do a lot of things at the line of scrimmage. So if he can get it done, even though he's not going to have the gauntlet of those other quarterbacks, I think that if he can get it done and they can end up in the Super Bowl, I think that his path in terms of what they've gone through is going to be a really impressive one.
All right. Well, listen,
and by the
we
way,
appreciate
you guys big time. You guys big time to me for Harbaugh, really?
Yeah. And we'll do it again.
A fired coach? You guys big time me for that?
Yeah.
Fired coach.
Yeah. You love to hire for the Giants, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. And I think we, I guess when we talked about it a couple weeks ago, it was like, look, but can you get him? Is it the spot? And it's he's an outstanding. Look, the Giants are hiring a coach, right? Or excuse me, the Titans here locally where I am are hiring a coach, and I think the feeling is, look at the market, right? The college market for college coaches. I think people are like, hey, I don't know. Are there that many great coaches out there right now? I think in this environment, this cycle, there have been incredible candidates. And for the Giants to be able to probably land the premier candidate, I think and do it quickly, good job on them. Good job on them on that.
Good job by you. We appreciate you. Enjoy the weekend's games, and we'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good. See you, fellas.
Thanks, Tim.
Right. There you go. That, of course, is Tim Hasselbeck. We'll take a break, come back. Tucker to the Dodgers, the Giants with Harbaugh, and the weekend's NFL games. All that on the way. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Show your team spirit and say big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives, just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
FanDuel's turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the Divisional Round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in. You can take your shot on an upset or build a parlay that fits the moment. Whatever you like, bet it. Only on FanDuel. Then apply your profit boosts and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the Divisional Round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions do apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
At City Harvest, we're on the road every day rescuing millions of pounds of nutritious food for New Yorkers in need. Transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. From beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats, you'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
The post-career day press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Expectations will ramp up very quickly for the Giants' new head coach.
Harbaugh is not wired to have stability.
Why not go to the playoffs next season?
So I think it's going to be immediately contending to win the division and be a playoff football team. Absolutely.
I think there is a chance of that, but I think that's very premature. I look at next year as an 8-9 win season. That's what I'm looking for.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Oh yeah, The Lion King. Last movie I saw in the theaters. Was it live animation? Is that what they call it?
Live action?
Like
I think it's just live action.
Yeah.
Although that's really not live action, it's CGI.
You know how You know how bad it's really been for me in terms of not seeing recent releases?
How bad?
You're not going to think any different of me, are you?
I don't think so.
Okay. I still haven't, and this is just, I want to. I still haven't even seen freaking Oppenheimer.
Oh, it's really good.
I know.
I actually saw it in the theater.
Yeah, that was the big summer with that. Remember the stupid...
And Barbie, yeah.
And Barbie, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was really, really good.
They were calling it Barbenheimer.
So
Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer.
And I've seen Nuneheimer.
You haven't seen Barbie either?
No.
But I haven't seen Oppenheimer. Now it's on like regular television.
Nunenheimer. Done. Nice. Nice.
Busy guy, David. Busy guy.
All right. Well, you know what? The Dodgers are busy. The Dodgers are busy just getting every big-time free agent that the Mets are interested in getting, and they did it again. Late last night, you see the tweet from Steve Cohen about, the smoke and when do we find out what's going to happen? Like a little play on words on what happens with the Pope. And you learned in that, 9 or 10 o'clock hour, it's not going to be the Mets. It's 4 years, $240 million to go to the two-time defending champion LA Dodgers. And I wouldn't say I'm sick about it, but I'm getting angry that the Mets are not adding any pieces to this team right now.
I'm surprised the Pope didn't go to the Dodgers instead of the Vatican at this rate. They get everything else. It's incredible. But, look, I don't know what the temperature is right now if you're a Met fan. We've had a lot of time to digest this offseason, and yes, there's been more subtraction than addition. And I know that still you have a month until pitchers and catchers, and even longer than that until opening day. So the final work is still yet to be done as far as putting the pieces together. You got a lot of guys who are still out there that are good ball players, free agents. You could still make a trade or two. But it's hard to feel enthusiastic about the way this offseason has gone, especially given the way the season went and collapsed for you down the stretch. Right. I mean, if you were coming off a team that went to the World Series and you came up short or whatever by a couple of games, or even if you went to the NLCS, you're like, all right, I trust in this group because they've gone to the NLCS in back-to-back seasons. They were a colossal failure this past year.
So they went to the NLCS 2 years ago. They had a great start last year. They fell apart. They were a joke. They lost out to the Cincinnati Reds. Now, there have been more embarrassing series that teams have played over my lifetime, Dan, but I don't know that I ever remember when it's so easy to get into the postseason for a team with that much talent to have had a lead and just watch it get frittered away and losing ground and ultimately losing to the Reds, who were nowhere near what the Mets should have been on paper. So
right, the Reds backed in.
The Reds backed in. And the Reds even lost that last game, and the Mets still lost that game.
The Reds walked off the field in Milwaukee out of the playoffs.
Correct. That is correct. So then you figure, okay, now they're going to lick their wounds and come out swinging and make massive moves this season. And that starts out with, we're going to trade Brandon Nimmo. Okay, you know what? Fine. You're going to trade Nimmo, bring in Semien. It's a shorter deal. He's a great defensive player. You like him. You think he's going to revert back. Okay, fine. And then you lose Edwin Diaz. You're like, well, why did I lose Diaz? Because I came up nominally short in keeping him. And where did I lose him to, by the way? Oh, yeah, the Dodgers. And what's the weakness that the Dodgers had, if anything, last year? Their bullpen. Well, now they have the best closer in baseball. And then you decide, oh, Pete Alonso, we're done with you as well. And Stearns doesn't care that Pete Alonso's a fan favorite. Stearns doesn't care that Pete Alonso's the all-time home run leader within this organization. But it's just another, like, how many times are we supposed to be punched in the gut before the fan base can stand up and be like, wait, hang on a second. And now you don't get Tucker, who's the guy you really wanted.
Well, you only wanted him recently because you saw that he was still out there.
Okay, but for whatever reason, you went all in. That's a lot of money you offered him, and you still didn't get him.
I think what happened here, like, I almost think that Kyle Tucker, not the same type of player. Like, if the Mets would have got Kyle Tucker, and I know the one was a free agent, one was a trade, it was almost kind of like how the Yankees stumbled upon Giancarlo Stanton once upon a time. Right? It's not a guy they really needed, but he was available, and the Marlins did him a huge favor by basically eating a lot of that salary and giving them Stanton on a discount, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? So it's like, it wasn't a perfect fit, but it's like, oh, guy who was an MVP, we'll take him, sure. We'll find a place for him. I think that's what it would have been like for the Mets with Kyle Tucker. I'm not trying to talk myself out of the fact that he wouldn't have fit here and that the Mets could have used him because they need to still fill a couple of holes. So on that standpoint, I'm like, yeah, that would have helped. But I'm in lockstep with the organization realizing this core, for the better part of the last 6-7 years since they've been together, has been a major disappointment.
And I'm fine with that. If you believe that and you're okay with moving on from Nimmo, and again, Nimmo was a flawed player. He was
and he was getting older, let's face it.
He misjudged balls all over the place. He had a noodle arm, right? I mean, his numbers were okay, but a lot of those numbers were he had massive games that would help buoy those numbers a lot. You want to move on from those guys. They're not good clubhouse guys. I'm fine with it. But where are you pivoting to? Like, where are we going? You just lost. How many home runs between Alonso and Nimmo? A lot.
A lot of production.
And where does it come from?
And now you're taking a guy, for example, like, okay, and then they want to sit there and stress run prevention, which I'm all for because we know that defensively they left a lot to be desired last year. But the plan that you're giving me, at least right now, like if we had a game tomorrow, a guy who's never played first base, and that's who you signed and said, he's my first baseman, like it reeks of Moneyball. It's like Scott Hatterberg, like the scene from Moneyball.
Supposed to be playing Moneyball.
But that's what it feels like in a way.
But that's a lie. I mean, you have an owner who has so much money, you should be getting guys just because of that.
And I think that's where the frustration lies, right, from fans, because you have the richest owner the richest owner in all of sports, right, pretty much. And now you're sitting here and he's deferring to his GM, who he wanted for years, and he's paying him a lot of money, and he has total faith in him, and he's letting him do things his way. The problem is that you have to walk that fine line as a fan between being patient and being realistic. Right now, it doesn't look all that great. But if they ask for patience, this team might look a little bit different once opening day rolls around. And more importantly, what you care about, like when you go to your 20 games and you're going to go in August and September or whatever, if it's a winning product on the field, this is all going to be a distant memory.
It won't matter. Right. Of course. But right now, like the court of public opinion, you're getting crushed. You're getting destroyed of how people feel about your team. You stunk last year. You've had a bad offseason so far. You guys aren't taking your money. People are annoyed at the GM. Like, there's not a lot of positivity. You know what's so funny, though? And we talk about how quickly things change in New York. 2 years ago, right, going into last season, and I'm guilty of it as well. I was like, oh, Valdez, they'll be fine. You know, anything to worry about, right? You got Montas, you got whoever it'll all work out. David Stearns, he's that good. The pitching lab, the whole thing. Everyone's on cloud 9. Griffin Canning is good, and it's all going to be great. And now a year later, you're like, wait, at what point do they recognize they have real holes and start to fill them?
I don't disagree. And look, whether it's Freddie Peralta, who the Mets, people think that the Mets could be in on because of the relationship with Stearns in Milwaukee and all this other stuff.
He loves his own guys, man.
Loves his guys. But, in a way, you got to give me something. And I know that it's still football season to a lot of people. And now the Giants are going to dominate the back pages for at least a couple of more weeks. While Harbaugh's here, he's going to have his press conference whenever that is and build his staff. And, one of these days, Jets are going to hire a defensive coordinator. And, then the football season's going to be over. And once we shift to February, it's going to be baseball time. And, okay, what's happened here? And it's weird because if you think about it, the Yankees have actually been less active than the Mets. And the Yankees are almost getting a pass, it seems like, because of all the subtractions that the Mets have had this offseason. Don't you think?
100%. But also the Yankees are a better team. Like with the subtractions from the Mets and the disaster that was last year, the Yankees going into this offseason were closer to succeeding than the Mets. And then the Mets detracted, and now I don't know what you're supposed to do. So
the Yankees need to make sure. I mean, if the Yankees lose Bellinger, I don't know how much of a better team they are. Yankees got a lot of question marks here.
A lot of questions, but not as many as the Mets right
And remember,
now.
The Yankees are going to be missing a couple of important starting pitchers for the first couple of months of the season.
Yeah, Rodon, Cole, Schmidt.
Look, Mets could benefit from Bellinger. We talked about it, but Yankees need him pretty much too.
The Yankees really need him. Now, I was of the mindset that they were going to keep him, but now this whole Tucker thing, I don't know what happens. I'm on MLB.com, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a fine website, by the way. That's Major League Baseball's official site.
Yeah, that's right. And Mark Feinstein has an article where he lists the top free agents and where they go or if they're still available. Number 1, Kyle Tucker. So now he's off the table.
Gone.
Number 2, Alex Bregman. And now he's off the table.
Yep.
Schwarber's 3. Gone. Bo Bichette. Doesn't even make sense for the Mets. Where would the Mets play Bo Bichette?
Oh, he's probably going to go to Philly, which is a team that the Mets have to contend with.
Great. 5, Bellinger, still available, sure. We'll see if the Mets are really high on him and want him. 6 is Pete Alonso. Obviously, we've been there. We've done that. Dylan Cease, he's gone. Murakami, he's gone. Michael King, he's gone. Ranger Suarez, he's gone. Imai, Astros, he's gone. Edwin Diaz, we had him. We played that game. We didn't make an offer big enough. Now he's gone. And then you go down to 13, Framber Valdez. I mean, you want to give a deal to a 32-year-old?
You know what Framber Valdez, though, is? I mean, aside from, like the cross-up stuff, though, he's pitched in a ton of big games, right? And the guy takes the ball every 5 days. He's very durable.
He's a durable guy.
Very durable.
But it's not like there's a ton of guys that you look at, you're like, oh, man, what a treat that would be.
Here's the one thing I will say about the Mets. Like, a lot of people think they need to still go out there and acquire, like, a frontline starting pitcher. Maybe I'm more bullish than others. I'm like, and I know it's only like a month and a half sample size or whatever. I'm all in on Nolan McLean.
Well, no, I am as well.
I think he is your ace and has ace like
that's a
capability.
Lot to ask, though. But even if he is, even not like top of the rotation guy. All right. So opening day, McLean, and I don't know if he's a game one in a postseason series starter yet.
I hope he. You hope he is. This year.
Of course, I hope he is. But regardless of that, like I love him as well. I'm bullish on him as well. All right, now who's your starter? Who's your next starter up right now?
Who's your number 2 right now?
Yeah.
If you get the Sean Manaea from 2 years ago, it's probably that guy.
No guarantee.
But you have no. But that's why I said if
2 years ago.
So I said if. I'm trying to because again, wait a second, because baseball, so much happens during the offseason. I have to almost refresh my memory when it comes to the.
You got Peterson. You still have Senga.
Well,
right
Senga,
now?
I'm out on. I mean, I have no confidence in Senga whatsoever.
Well, if it's not 72 degrees and sunny and little wind.
And David Peterson, by the way,
you're not going to get a great Senga.
Let's remember David Peterson. Last year, he was an all-star. Okay, second half of the season, he completely fell off a cliff. Why? Because he was going into throwing more innings than he ever has in a big league season, and he just completely was shot the second half of the season. So I need to see that I have faith in a guy that can actually pitch for 162 games.
You don't have any faith. I mean, you're telling me right now the one you have the most faith in is a guy that you've seen for 10 minutes.
Do you know? And do you know who my number 2 would be? Believe it or not, because
all right. So your number 2 right now would be.
It's the guy
Clay
we haven't
Holmes.
named yet.
Clay Holmes.
Game 161 sold me on his you-know-whats. I like the intestinal fortitude. And, I mean, think about Clay Holmes, for a guy who was never a starting pitcher, or, I mean, he was, but like many moons ago, who was getting back to being a starter, guy didn't peter out all that much. And then
he had a blip.
He had a blip.
But you were asking him to do something he's never done.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then when they needed him the most important game he pitched, he was sensational in game 161.
He was really good in that game. Listen, I have no problem with Clay Holmes. I like him. I think you overused him last year, but he's not a concern. Who is my number 2 starter?
Well, that's what I mean. Now? And you're not going. And as we know,
it can't be Clay Holmes.
Well, it's not Jonah Tong and it's not Brandon Sproat. They were rushed up last year out of necessity. They need to go out and get another arm. Who that guy is?
Go get at least one more, if not 2 arms.
I think they will. I think they will.
Okay, but listen, maybe in 3 weeks they'll do it, and I'll be happier, but they still haven't done it.
Wait a sec. Didn't our boy Buster, this was a week ago, 2 weeks ago, Buster reported, I don't know if it was in audio form or written form, that didn't he say it was inevitable that the Mets will end up with either Ranger Suarez or Framber Valdez?
Oh, Suarez is gone.
He's gone, so that means they're getting Framber Valdez. According to Buster. That's your boy.
Okay. Oh, well, that would be my 2. That'd be my 2.
Oh, yeah, and you know what? That's great. Framber Valdez is my 2. That Houston Astros won championships with Framber Valdez as a number 2.
I like Valdez. But now also, by the way,
that changes the complexion a lot of this rotation.
He's very good. But now McClain has to be my ace. And I like McClain.
Or Valdez could be your ace. I mean, it's interchangeable.
Okay, fine. Okay, so continue down the road here now. So is Peterson back in good standing? Is he going to be every 5th day? He's going to be great again? I don't know that's the case. Manaea? I mean, might believe in Manaea. It's hard for me to believe in Manaea.
I don't. Senga, same thing. Wishy-washy. So you got 3 guys who are wishy-washy. Clay Holmes then might be your number 3.
Right. Tong? I mean,
Tong's not going to be on.
He wasn't close to being ready last year.
Tong is in.
Go get starters. David Stearns. I don't care if it's now, next week, 2 weeks, 1 month. Go get starting pitching.
And by the way, are you 1,000% sold on the bullpen still? Or do you think it could benefit from another impact arm?
You can never have too many arms.
There you go.
Ever.
I know that they got Devin Williams, and I know that they got Luke Weaver, and maybe it's a freaking pipe dream, but I'm still going to hold to it. I still would be ringing San Diego up and seeing if you can steal Mason Miller from him.
I was in touch with someone recently that said they tried on Miller. They weren't even close.
Were you talking to AJ Preller again?
I'm not gonna share that information. I refuse. But I don't think Miller's realistic. I mean, I don't understand. All I hear is the Padres, they're in financial turmoil. They can't keep all these guys. Well, then unload some of them.
Well, I think that they'd like to. They don't want to get taken advantage of during the discussions. Because remember, when you had the ownership, what happened to Peter Seidler passing away a couple of years ago, that changed things for them.
Right. Well, they went all in.
Right. And so now I don't know where things stand with ownership. I don't know if it's going to stay in the family or are they going to sell off. So, I mean, obviously, when you have an ownership change, some of that salary, as we've seen, they try to unload that.
Listen, is a Tatis a possibility?
I don't see why not. But Tatis, I'm not.
Oh,
there's something. The talent's there, yeah. But remember, this is a guy hasn't exactly walked the straight and narrow his entire big league career.
You're right, and he's been suspended. I get that. If you told me,
and he tends to have a little bit too much fun, and
Well, you better do something.
I agree.
And now you have to move down the list to now the next plan, because you've lost all these pieces off your team, and now you didn't get Suarez. You didn't, and by the way, I don't know what the Red Sox are doing. How you move on from Alex Bregman and bring in Suarez for
that was a panic move. That was a save face signing. Now Suarez, look, he'll help them, and the Red Sox, they have one of the best rotations in baseball now.
Crochet is an absolute horse, and they have put their rotation in order. But you shouldn't have moved on from Bregman.
I agree.
It was a big misstep.
Well, there's been a lot going on with the Red Sox for a lot of years. But, I mean, they ended up okay. They're just going to have to sit there and outpitch everybody. It's as simple as that.
I'm telling you, though, I'm getting to the point where I have zero patience with the Mets anymore.
It's hard to. To ask you to sit there and fast forward to July and August, and all of a sudden, let's say the product is good, and, Stearns looks like he knew what he was doing, and they catch the ball a lot better, they pitch better, they They're grinding out victories, all that type of stuff. If that happens, we can all sit here and say, I'm sorry. I apologize.
And I would love to. But at the moment, it doesn't feel right, and it doesn't feel good at all. RJ?
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good. I feel bad about what you said earlier. Not that I actually feel bad, but I feel bad for you. Is that you're 1 year in, you're already regretting your partial season tickets. That makes me sad.
Is that only 1 year for you?
I had 27 games last year. Yeah.
He gave me one.
I remember that, the day game during the
week.
That
was very generous of him.
That was
nice.
It was tremendous. They threw you a parade afterwards,
Dad met
right?
Howie Rose. It was great.
Laughing?
My father met Howie Rose. It was great.
It's usually for other people to say, but yes.
Can I sneak in a quick RJ question?
So deny it, RJ. Was it not highly generous?
You are very
It was extremely.
I'm not even saying isolated in this moment. You are very generous. I'm just saying typically.
I lead with generosity.
I've heard.
When you sit there and you make the list of generosity, you got Mother Teresa of Calcutta, Dave Rothenberg of Westchester.
RJ just reminded me. Because this did happen.
56?
Looking forward to the game.
Will I get like a reach out? Will I get like a hey?
What?
Not a reach.
That did happen.
That was at the end of the show, too.
That was
Remember
at the end of the show.
That was great. Can I ask RJ a quick question?
Of course.
Sure.
It's a little off the baseball topic. It's football related with his team. And then you can even chime in, too, because it applies to you.
Great.
So, RJ, you see that Bob Saleh has an interview today with the Dolphins.
Yep.
There's a pretty damn important football game for your team tomorrow. You would agree, right?
Yep.
Then he also has 2 more interviews on Sunday.
Right.
3 interviews sandwiched around a divisional playoff football game.
Yep.
That's tough.
Should the Niners lose and the defense play like poopy, would you sit there and say, boy, if he only was more concentrated on the freaking game plan than all these head coaching interviews? And the reason I bring Dave into it, because I'll never forget, remember in 2008 with your Giants when they lost to the Eagles? I remember the vitriol from fans after that game at Spagnola because he was doing interviews for all these other the Eagles, and he ended up with the Rams. But he was doing all these head coaching interviews, and people thought that he wasn't focused on the game instead of.
So how do you feel about that, RJ?
No, I have no problem with it at all because I think he's talking with 5 teams in total. He's going to interview with at least 5 teams. He's going to get one of these jobs. I've already wrapped my head around it. It's happening. And
so you're going to lose him.
And without him, we're not in this position.
For me, the one that always hurt was Tony Sperano. That was the one.
Now, if there were, I'll play a hypothetical.
Amazing he was a Jet coordinator.
I don't think he's with us anymore.
No, he's not with us anymore, no.
If Fred Warner, George Kittle, Nick Bosa, Michael Williams, all these guys were healthy, I'd probably have a little bit of a different tone about this.
There will be fans that if it happens will take that approach.
Of course.
But he'll be cursing the day he was born.
I don't know about that.
No, but I'm not saying you. I'm saying some fans
curse the day that
I don't think people are going to wish that he was never born.
Yeah, that's. I'm thankful for the time to get this.
I'm not saying that the act is more towards never being born, but just that day in particular.
I'm very happy he was born.
I'm thankful to have gotten this second stint with him.
Dave,
yeah.
Why?
Why?
Give me a reason. Why?
Well, I met him in person a few times, and Robert Saleh was lovely.
You know what? If he didn't get that job, somebody else would have got it, and you would have met that person if he was the Jet coach.
He has a lot of children.
Okay.
More
and
coming,
without
probably.
Him being born, they wouldn't be born. So no, I'm a huge proponent of the birth of Robert
So
Saleh.
Dave is a big advocate of procreation, and that's why
expanding
he's a
the
big
family.
fan of the birthday.
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do.
Man,
I'm glad you clarified.
I don't know if he's listening, but if you are, Robert, I'm thrilled that you're with us.
Yeah, this one's sideways.
Well, he might be listening, right? Well, no, he won't be on the East Coast. There's a virtual interview.
Yeah, but maybe he's listening to the show to prepare for the interview.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe any team that played Wildcard Weekend when you were still alive, this is your first opportunity to interview.
That's right.
Is this
That's
week?
right.
So
Do you think that's a time constraint, please?
It's got to happen.
No.
Can you do stuff you missed?
Okay. No.
Walk-up three-pointer. He got it. See ya. Score! Put in the box.
The you missed.
The nerve of this guy.
All right, so you guys mentioned that the Mets have checked in on Freddie Peralta. You know who else has done the same thing? That'd be the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Per John Heyman, also, the Yankees are willing to add 2 opt-outs to a potential Cody Bellinger contract and a big signing bonus with no deferrals.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, but not for nothing. Everybody throws opt-outs in the contracts. Say like the Yankees are willing to throw them in. It's like, oh, well, thanks for coming to the party, guys.
Well, the
I don't
Juan
like the way
Soto
this is looking.
bidding war 2.0 has come to fruition. It will happen in the form of Cody Bellinger. So back and forth we go. Clayton Kershaw committed to pitch for Team USA in the World Baseball.
Luke Weaver told you there wasn't a Luke Weaver bidding war.
Where do you think right now, RJ, Cody Bellinger winds up?
Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you this. They need him more than the Mets do.
I would agree with that. Because all the Yankees have done is bring back all the guys they had last year that they didn't want to lose. And they had
all the Mets have done is lose all their offense.
And they got Ryan. Well, I mean, you made some changes.
Right now, RJ, blindly, who do you trust in that Yankee lineup to protect Judge? With Bellinger not signed yet.
Cody Bellinger.
No, that's what I'm saying. The Yankees need him more.
Stanton.
Cody Bellinger.
The 77 games of Giancarlo Stanton.
I said March through September.
All the Yankees have done, like they bring in Ryan Weathers, who I think is not nothing. They got Paul DeYoung, and they made the Rule 5 pick. They're first in 15
Paul
years.
DeYoung, make sure he's in the lineup all 3 games against the Mets in the Subway Series. You won't regret it. He's a Met killer, Paul DeYoung.
Jordan Ronan, by the way, says there's a good chance that John Harbaugh becomes official today and a potential press conference early next week. Brian Dable interviewing today with the Titans.
Clip that.
Mentioned this earlier. Sam Darnold has an oblique injury. He's going to play against the Niners. Okay. Fred Warner not going to play in that game. And investigators say Samson Nakua, who's Puka's brother. You remember
I can't believe this.
Remember
he thought it was his brother's car. I saw.
Yeah,
I can't believe this.
The vehicle he allegedly stole, merely a misunderstanding. He took that car by mistake.
Yeah. It was a mistake. We've all been
tell
there.
You, if I ever wind up, have you ever done that? By the way,
stolen a car by mistake
all the time.
Oh,
I've had that happen. But I've never got into it, started, and driven off in it.
Yes, exactly. We've all been there. We've mistakenly driven off in a car that's not our. Oh my goodness!
All the time.
Come on.
How could you even start it?
Magic.
This is a question for the brother Nakua. I don't know what to tell you.
You go to Jumpstart School.
Warriors beat the Knicks 126-113. Seems like we have a little bit of an issue here. So the Knicks have lost 7 of 9. Jimmy Butler was very good last night. 32 points, 8 rebounds. Steph had 27. Knicks obviously without Jalen Brunson because of that sprained ankle. Cat had 17 points.
Too.
Yeah.
I'm tired of Draymond Green.
And 20 rebounds. Draymond Green thought
he got all up in Cat's face
he
again.
He grabbed his ankle.
He thought he was in the open field.
He pulled an Embiid.
Well, then they got face to face in the second, towards the end of the game at midcourt, had to be separated.
He has no respect for Karl Anthony Towns.
Not even a little bit. And he hasn't for a very long time. Brunson, by the way, so this ankle he's out with, missed 2 games in mid-November because of right ankle issues, and that full month he missed back in March, and had some foot issues through the playoffs. So this right ankle, we need to love it and tenderize it. He did get Landry Shamet back.
Where's the girl who had the little Jalen doll where she massaged its ankle? Like, do that.
Tenderize it.
As of listen, it got some issues.
Do what you have to.
As of now, the Knicks find themselves in 3rd in the East, and a threat to falling to 4th. By the way, Toronto's a half game back. And Jonathan Kuminga of those Warriors last night, he wants a trade. He's very unhappy.
He always wants it.
He's always on. He didn't want to accept their the 1 year offer. He's got a lot of problems.
He's a miserable guy.
Did you have any idea, by the way, that there was an NBA game played in Berlin yesterday afternoon?
Yeah,
so it's funny you say that. I was talking to RJ about that yesterday morning because I looked at the schedule and like where you can watch games. And I was like, RJ, it's a game at 2:00 this afternoon. And then I was like, I wonder where that game's being played. Berlin, yeah. So I did, but I didn't know until yesterday morning.
Yep.
And if you wanted to watch it, it was on Prime Video.
Yep. Ilya Sorokin made 35 saves, league leading 5th shutout of the season. Islanders win 1-0 over the Oilers. The Maple Leafs might be without their top scorer, William Nylander, for a little bit, left with a lower body injury in their loss to the Golden Knights. Bruins retired the number 33 of Hall of Famers Zdeno Chara, and not a great look for college basketball. Lower-level Division I teams, almost 24 players busted on a point.
You say lower level. One of them was Georgetown DePaul.
Whoops.
Many of them lower level, shall I say.
DePaul shouldn't be
It's affecting the Big East.
You had some Fordham in there. You had some University of Buffalo. Not great.
But they were betting large sums of money.
Oh, they didn't think they'd get caught, but they did. Well, that's why I brought the lower level part. They thought they could kind of right under the radar, but not the case. There you go.
That's it?
Yep.
All right, so we'll make our picks next. Mine stinks, so I'm not going to sit here and be confident and or positive and or really care.
Take money out.
Well, no, I'm not doing that anymore because I've already lost people all their money. We'll make our picks next. DNR with you, ESPN New York. All right, for one final time this week, and man, am I going to miss her this weekend. Here she is, Debbie Duhame.
Skiddly bebop boo. We've got sports and traffic too. Hey guys, let's see what's going on. Have a fabulous weekend. Enjoy the football. Let's go out to the Van Wyck southbound, slowing down by Liberty Ave with right lane construction. Troubles on the outbound Gowanus at 39th with an accident just cleared. Inbound George Washington Bridge, a 45-minute delay. The inbound Lincoln 5, Holland about 5 minutes into town. Alternate side in effect. Sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org. I'm Debbie Duhame on 880 ESPN New York.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win? So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then?
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
Are you ready?
Movies are a place of dreams, and this year, Song Sung Blue captures that spirit like no other. Based on a true story, the New York Times raves it is exactly the movie we need right now.
If you're there with me, I am not afraid anymore.
And now Kate Hudson is an Actor Award nominee for Best Actress in the Best Picture of the Year, Song Sung Blue. From Focus Features, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13, now playing only in theaters.
Hey, it's Michael K. Not sleeping? Well, it could be your mattress. That's why I always recommend my friends at PC Richard & Son. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. Top brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. And in-home delivery on any mattress $199 and up is free. So do what I do. Get to PC Richard & Son and for your new mattress. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Rich Eisen here. Hiring for your small business can feel like a full-time job, but LinkedIn Jobs AI Assistant takes the heavy lifting out of it. It filters applicants based on the criteria you set and suggests 25 great fit candidates daily so you can invite them to apply and keep things moving. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. Then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Dan, my picks this year are so bad that I shouldn't even make them this weekend.
Might have been bad, too, but I had a good week last week, so I was encouraged. But I was buoyed, as you like to say. I could have easily gone 3-0 if not for the Packers choke, but I went 2-1, so we'll take it.
I went 0-3, and two of the picks I still feel like they were good picks. I had the Packers, and I had the Jaguars.
Yeah, the Packers choked. I don't know about the Jaguar one, but the Packers choked.
I mean, one of the great choke jobs in playoff history.
Yep, they absorbed it. Big
time choke. RJ?
Hey.
How you doing?
Good.
What'd you do last week, 3-0?
No, 2-1.
Oh, does that give you the board, the leader?
No, that's Raymond.
No.
Ray's like, oh, no.
God's sakes. All right, start this thing up, would you?
NFL picks.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs and lay the net.
Of DNR.
All right, nobody cares, but we'll make our picks anyway. RJ, tell us where we're at.
Oh, people do care. One of those people is Raymond. He went 3-0. He has control of the board.
Victory is mine.
Where we are now, I am 31-26. Rick is 28-25-4. Ray 26-31. Dave 21-36. Dave, mathematically, you can catch Raymond.
Nothing has ever been more over than this. You know what I have to do?
Well, let's not do that.
Rasa?
Let's not do that.
I'm going to have to dress up as RJ at the Mets tailgate event.
Could be Rick.
Rick will have to dress up as RJ at the
Wait,
Mets
so
tailgate
that's
event.
what the punishment is?
Yeah.
You or Rick have to dress up as RJ?
I don't know how Rick is involved.
No,
it's going to be me. I'm going to have to dress up as RJ.
No, or Rick if he catches me.
How you doing, sailor?
Yeah, now he wants to mock him and how he's going to sound.
Yeah,
and
how would that work?
How you doing? The show's going to go on, and I've been here since 2 o'clock in the morning. 49ers. All right, guys, let's go. Look at this hair. I do it once every 4 to 6 months, but I'm very loyal to my barber.
I mean,
I was actually, can I be honest? I was a little troubled by that.
It's not nice.
It's not nice.
My skin was crawling a little bit.
Why?
It's not nice.
Because it was more
first
mocking
of all,
than
RJ
anything.
doesn't sound like
Yeah.
that.
This is
When I heard that on replay, I was like, what
He doesn't
is
sound
RJ
like
saying?
Theodore Chipmunk.
This is what happens when you lose. Not one.
Not two.
Wow.
But 3
I'm a
years in a row.
loser. What do you want me to say?
You just didn't want to get another earring?
No, I want to be
Well,
RJ.
he wouldn't have been able
Does
to
that
pay
mean
that
I
off
get
until the
ants,
summer.
RJ?
No.
Oh my
I don't
God!
know what the
I mean,
benefits
oh my
are.
goodness! No.
Yeah, you got to pay for the new arrival's college education. That's what you got to do.
What's
How about
wrong
that?
with you?
Yeah, if you
What
want
do
to
you
make
mean?
if you want to make a nice sizable donation to a 549, then we'd definitely accept it.
What's the 549?
Just throw it as
$5.29.
just throw it as a side. Oh, by the way, do I get your wife?
That is a little.
I don't know how serious we're taking this. But have you ever told Gross that you're having a baby, by the way?
No.
Yeah, we got that one out of the way.
Okay,
Stop
good.
trying to listen. The key.
All right,
of
fine.
all
Who
No,
goes
Dave,
first?
that was a good drop. That was a nice recall. Good
Nasty.
Ray, ask Ray. He controls the board.
That was nasty.
Who's
Just
going
for that,
first, Ray?
just for that, you get to go first.
All right, I'm going to take the Seahawks. They'll crush the Niners. I'm going to take the Rams minus the 3.5. They'll beat up on the Bears. And for my last game, I will take the Houston Texans plus the 3.
Oh wow!
Just ripped off the Band-Aid.
That's Do we have Rick's picks?
Yep, I got him. Do you want him?
Yeah, let's go. Let's get Rick.
All right. Well, Rick is. Rick's on the other side of you for 2 of them, so he's got to feel pretty good about that.
I'm sure he does.
He is taking the Niners plus 7, which I applaud.
It's a loser pick.
He believes that
Wow.
the Patriots are the side to be on, minus the 3. And he's going to dabble with Buffalo and Denver. And Josh Allen he trusts, plus 1.5 Buffalo.
See, actually, I want Buffalo to win, but I think Denver's going to win, so I stayed away from that game.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
Who do you think Haley Steinfeld is rooting for?
Well, if you go by the picture,
There's nothing wrong with her
It's
rooting
different.
for the Broncos before she knew Josh Allen.
it's different now. She's
By the way, that was at the Super Bowl they won at Santa Clara, which is where the Super Bowl is this year. And it's funny if the two storylines converge.
interesting. I guess RJ, you can go next.
All right, I'm also going to dabble in that game.
Oh.
Doesn't make a lot of sense,
Oh.
but feels like Buffalo's got a little Team of Destiny thing going on. So I'm going to take the Bills plus 1.5. Next, 7's just so many points. Just need Sam Darnold to be mediocre to below average long enough to make this game a little bit weird, get to the fourth quarter, and then we'll see what happens. But I'll take the Niners plus the 7. And finally, this is not the way I would typically pick this game. And I don't think they win. I think it's a nice, sharp number. Give me the Bears plus the 3.5. I think the Rams win by 3, and I think that half point is monumentally important.
Okay.
Got to say I love your logic. I'm not going to mess with Buffalo, Denver. I can't. It's tough for me to get a read on that one. I do think Buffalo's going to win, but that Denver defense, man, I don't know. It's just Josh Allen, right? I'll stay away from it.
Well, Dan Cook is pretty good, too.
Yeah.
He did win the rushing title.
Yeah.
Have a good tight ender, too.
I'm with RJ and Rick when it comes to the 49ers. Like 7, yeah, okay. I do think Seattle probably wins. I don't think they're going to blow San Francisco out. I think this is going to be a close game. So give me the 49ers plus 7.
Listen, RJ, cover your earmuffs here for a moment. It's going to be like 31.
Well, the fact that you're so sure about it, makes me feel better.
We might win outright.
Yeah, honestly. I will go to New England and defensive struggle, right? I do think the Patriots will be able to cover the field goal. So give me New England -3 over the Texans. And like RJ, listen, a lot of stuff is working against the Rams in this game. And I can't explain it with Chicago. It doesn't make sense. They feel like the commies of last year. Like, that's a good little defense they've got there. They've got some stuff going for them. How are they this far? I don't think the Bears win. I do think they cover. I will take Chicago +3.5.
So Dan, you'll have picks tomorrow?
Correct.
So hit those tomorrow with Dan. I should tell you, Dave, sorry to cut you off. If you're to hold on to the dream for even one more week, Ray has completely, by choice, because he picked second, faded your picks.
That's right.
So if you were to go 3-0,
good strategy, though.
The dream stays alive for you.
Could you imagine if I go 3-0 and Ray goes 0-3?
Yeah, but it's only 2 games at that point.
Yeah, but then I control the board.
You do?
Oh, boy.
Circle gets
the worm is turning.
It's actually a bit troubling. But
let's just think
it is what it is.
You know what else we can think about?
What can we think about?
Brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tally time, 7:30. Nets host the Bulls at Barclays Center. I know Dan's going to be dialed into that one. And that's game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Quick break, come back. Oh, yeah, the plays of the week. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Murray to the net. Score!
The New York Islanders are back in action with a brand new theme night schedule you won't want to miss. Bring your friends out for the holidays and take home a custom holiday replica jersey or arrive early for special bobblehead giveaway nights for Matt Barzell and Bo Horvat.
Barzell for Horvat. Score!
Explore the full theme night schedule at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Welcome to Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where excitement never stops. Unleash the fun with 2 floors of gaming action, featuring 1,000 cutting-edge video and electronic machines. Enjoy exceptional service at a prime location that places you right in the heart of Long Island's excitement. Stay and play in style with over 200 hotel rooms and treat yourself to a full range of dining options at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Empower.
After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he can be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at Empower.com.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. Let's go! The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go
Number 10 Miami versus number 1 Indiana.
Coverage begins Monday night at 6:30 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. It's been a very full show. Bulbous, really, some would say. A lot of Mets talk.
Old flavors.
Look who it is. So when you're filling in for Rick, do you need to vanish during full segments?
Here's the thing. I get no heads up whatsoever. I don't even go far. I'm literally like right outside the studio, but I get no heads up.
How do you retort to the fact that he's blaming you for his tardiness?
I didn't blame anybody. I didn't even use another name.
You said you don't get a heads up.
I don't get it. Right,
It is kind of a blame. You are pointing fingers when you do that.
But do I get a heads up?
You do not.
I hear the station in the hallway, and then when I hear like the music, I like run back into the studio. I was talking to
that is appreciated.
Ray. I was talking to Ray Dinahan.
Hi, Ray Dinahan.
Well, maybe have like an internal clock.
You know how long the breaks are generally.
Yeah, I mean you're taking sacks left and right. Yeah, get rid of the ball.
Wow,
it's a bad job by you.
RJ said I'm burping the baby.
It's not a great look for you.
Dangerously close to pulling a Sanchez and fumbling.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If I was driving the show and I'm not in the studio when then that's one thing. But you're the guy that's bringing us back in and out of break, and I'm just going to chime in after you give your,
I mean, once the 8 o'clock hour hits, Rick is a rumor at the start of his segment.
But again, he doesn't know what he's doing when it comes. Like he's right. Am I wrong? This is a second career for him. This is something he just picked up because
if it's
he played
that high
hockey.
on the pecking order, yes.
Right. So, he's picking it up as he goes along.
So you think Rick stinks?
I didn't say Rick stinks, but all I'm saying is that in this current role today, where you're going to be driving the show in and out of this breaks, if I am not sitting in this seat, I mean, I feel like I'm in like the third grade or something. The bell rings and you're not in your desk.
Listen, for me to be at full efficacy, I have to have people where they're supposed to be.
Now, see, there's been efficacy, though. You don't realize that. There's been efficacy.
It doesn't feel like it.
No, I think that there is.
Quite frankly, it's hurtful.
No, I don't think it should be hurtful.
Ray?
John Harbaugh is your coach.
There
you go.
That's as good a transition as any.
Yeah, it's like a scoop.
That's efficacy.
Raymond, guess what we're going to get into on the other side?
Are the plays.
I want you to guess. And specifically the
Knicks of the week.
That's right. You're good. You win a prize today.
Yeah, that's as good a transition into Plays of the Week as we'll get. And Plays of the Week are powered by ZipRecruiter. So, we'll start on Monday, of course. Robin in Dobbs Ferry, except she wasn't in Dobbs Ferry.
Greetings from the Galapagos Islands in Ecuador, guys. Rick, you'd love this place. There's boobies flying everywhere.
Oh, everywhere!
Yeah, they've made very excited by that.
Hang on,
Yeah,
so where exactly are you?
In the Galapagos Islands in Ecuador, off the coast
You with the
of Ecuador.
turtles? And the boobs.
Love the turtles.
Dan, you heard what she said. What do you think she's referring to?
The turtles in the Galapagos Islands? And the boobs.
And the boobs.
Turtles, boobies, sea lions, stingrays. It's awesome.
It sounds
Penguins.
awesome.
You were excited.
I mean, I like turtles.
You love turtles.
Like sea lions. And I like boobs.
Those are your favorite. Yeah, that's your kind of place.
Guys, let's go for lunch.
Yeah. About a week ago, we had a very, very nice meeting with a high-ranking gentleman here, Sam. He was great. He sent an email thanking us, and Rick had to go over the top and do a reply all.
I sent a beautiful email for the show.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, you brought it up, so I'm going to just dive right into this. You really are a piece of work. You know that?
Yeah.
It was the most slobbery, you-know-what, kissing email response in the history of the medium.
You guys are the worst.
Most people don't respond all to an email. You're the problem with society.
Yeah, you are the problem with society.
Sam, great to meet you as well. Have a great weekend, Dave.
Oh, that's terrible.
I don't even know if that warrants an email.
That's not even an email. He should have.
Because I'm not an ass kisser like you.
Oh,
yeah. Well.
Oh, Sam, let's go to Ecuador together. That's next.
It always gets a little contentious on Tuesdays around here.
Next time Rick goes out, he comes back in late. Pimp slap him.
He didn't know what a pimp is. Second of all, he does not have the stones.
I know what a pimp is.
He talks about the ladies and boobies all the time.
Yeah,
he does.
I know what a pimp is.
He's probably paid a couple, but he wouldn't know how to be a pimp.
Yeah, well, that's mean.
Just for the record, I'd be an unbelievable pimp.
I don't want you to prove that.
You have a top hat?
Is it a top hat? I don't think it's considered a top hat.
You call it whatever you want these days.
Yeah, well, we're very critiqued. Speaking of hats.
Are you wearing it right now, Jared?
I'm not. I've got a few meetings this morning. Hat wouldn't be office appropriate for today.
Are you naked?
So, maybe.
As the John Harbaugh news was getting closer, at a certain point, Dave tried to get me to poo-poo it so he could get angry. So eventually, I did draw his ire.
Who better to represent the Giants if that were to happen? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if it were to happen.
Is that what you want to happen?
Of course I do. It's a division rival.
You're a bad guy.
Yeah, that was me saying that, if Harbaugh, for some reason, went to the Titans.
You know what?
You'd want the
I
same
love
for
you.
me.
I consider you closer than...
Don't
No,
sit there.
you're a piece of crap. You know
Don't
that?
sit there and act like you wouldn't do the same.
Yeah, well, listen. The nice thing is we don't have to go through that experience, Dave. You've got Harbaugh.
Yep.
Life is good.
Yeah, it is.
So, life is good for me because, I'm driving my Jeep, and for some reason that became a topic of discussion the other day.
I think if it was acceptable, Ray would make love to his Jeep.
So I had to explain all sorts of quirks about the Jeep
Dan,
culture
do you know
to you.
this stuff? Listen to this.
Do you do the Jeep wave?
You kind of have to now, or you feel like a jerk.
What the hell's the Jeep wave?
You just put two fingers up behind the steering wheel.
Then you sniff them.
Yeah, you acknowledge each other. You don't sniff them. You don't do that.
You know about the ducks?
The ducks?
Oh, yeah. I can learn all about the Jeep ducks.
Next time you see a Jeep passes you on the road,
I throw a duck at it.
No, do not throw it a duck.
I bet Sherry's got a rubber duck.
RJ learned all about the Jeep culture when I drove him to the Mets game that one time.
Raymond gave me a ride to Citi Field for the first Mets pregame party. And he actually waved at a couple of people on the way. By the second one, I was like, oh, did you know that guy?
No, for the record.
Dan, do you know about this?
I
no.
did not know that guy.
Exchange ducks?
I have no, and I'm a Jeep owner. I have no idea about the culture.
Remember what we said the other day? Dan drives a Grand Cherokee. Big difference between a Wrangler and a Grand Cherokee. It's a big difference. No disrespect.
You look down on him for
no,
his
not at all. Not at all. It's just different. Listen, you look down on everybody. You were so high this week, and rightfully so. You Giants have a great head coach coming in, and everything's going to be right with the world. But it affects your job. It affects how you do things.
D'Agostino Law. Rawr. Right back.
You wanted the rest of us to be excited.
Which means he's not wearing pants right now.
That's right.
Yeah, Rick. Rick is Rick, and we had Jordan on.
Any concern now with this extra attention with Harbaugh, and you'll be up in Bristol that you could have another one of those moments?
See why I don't like
Why?
it? You see why? You see, Dave, literally, all you have to do is not be an absolutely horrible, terrible person,
right?
And you're going to be my favorite here,
right?
Literally, the bar is so low.
I mean, but at the end of the day,
this is the biggest day since when for you, Dave? I mean,
probably my wedding day.
Oh boy,
no.
I mean, had it gone the other way,
you would have been. What was that Ben Affleck movie? Like Jiggly or whatever it was. That's what you would have been.
You would have been Jiggly.
J-Lo?
You would have been Jiggly.
Jiggly.
You would have been Jiggly.
You don't want to be Jiggly.
You don't want to be Jiggly.
You don't want to be Jiggly. The correct pronunciation is Geely, by the way.
Geely. No wonder it wasn't a box office smash.
Well, I mean, there's a whole reason for that. Listen. We celebrate here. You celebrate.
I'm a scat man.
Give me the arm.
RJ, scat with me.
RJ will not scat.
In the hopes of Fred Warner coming back.
There will be no
to beat
scat.
the Seahawks on the road. Give me a scat.
I'm not giving you giant celebratory scat.
You know who will scat and violate?
Then.
You know what, RJ?
You can't say that.
No.
See what you did?
What did I do?
You led to that.
And all you wanted, Dave.
All I want to do is scat with a friend.
This is discouraged.
I bet Mike called excited got on the phone with RJ?
And RJ wouldn't scat.
No, but eventually.
You want to scat before you do stuff you missed?
Skeetle deedle doot.
Listen, one of the after effects of the Harbaugh.
You didn't care with that scat.
One of the after effects of what happened with Harbaugh signing is we had to bump Tim Hasselbeck, and he felt the way about that today.
You guys big time to me for Harbaugh? Really?
But listen, good news. The presser should come next week. At least that's what RJ says.
Good chance that John Harbaugh becomes official today and a potential press conference early next week.
Woohoo-wee indeed. Happy weekend, boys. Those were the plays of the week powered by ZipRecruiter. When you're hiring, never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter. Try ZipRecruiter for free right now at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Very well done. Dan, it's Rule 76.
There are no excuses. Play like a champ. Grasser, Rothenberg, and
everybody.
On ESPN New York.
I'm not a handful.
He recognizes what I deal with.
I'm a treat.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day.